Bad. We're down like 56. I wasn't going to do it because my son goes here, but he's that's my kicker. You know what, man?
We have problems with cameras.
Okay, I want to be sure. Thank you, Mike. Sorry, yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm done. I told Mike, I'm done. They want to replace both my shoulders. That's why I got all those issues. Couldn't throw my back. They locked up. I don't think I'm pain. I mean, I'm going to do it this year, but maybe you, maybe. But yeah, I sent him over here. Oh. What's that? I don't think they're going to do that because we don't have to. We did, but then when the COVID kicked off, a week before school was going to start, we didn't even know what they were going to do. We had already signed them up here. Yeah, well, this is open week before, right? So we were thinking about it already in middle school. It wasn't working. We're going to be a junior school. I tell you what, man, I would do it 100 times, even though it's so close to the other ones. Now 2 blocks, both the schools. 2 blocks. That's a great school too. I was thinking about that way before we was younger, but right now they're taking a big hit. It's this COVID thing too, you know. These guys are solid.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah. So you got because Mike Perez is the headline. Yeah, Mike's the headline. I think it's really Is he? I'm not sure if he is. I thought he was good. I'm not. I didn't even look.
Are your mics all the way down on your guys'?
Yeah. You want to come back? Should come back.
It's on the other end.
Hey, trust me. You'll turn down game. You'll get so much better.
You press the down button a lot, so it should be.
Yeah, all the way down. Yeah, it should be 0.
Oh, yeah.
I was his best man.
Okay. We're still getting noise from
I've known him
somewhere.
a long time.
Is it coming from the laptop mic?
I'm gonna check here. Hold on.
Well, he's known her for a long time. Me too. I've known her for 10 years. I grew up with her brother.
Welcome to Mission Prep Football, a game that is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And our pregame show tonight, let's get to our lovely little graphic for our pregame show. Crew's been working hard. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges. We'll be right back.
Sunset Honda presents tonight's pregame show on PSNtv. Sunset Honda has been voted Best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, and they are now a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Now to the game, here's Big Red Brian Stanley.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm Brian Stanley, and our pregame show is driven by Honda, Sunset Honda, that is, excuse me. Trying to get our feet wet in this new season. I'm Brian Stanley, joining me, Stephen Hodges, and returning for another wonderful season with us is the great cameraman, Thomas Bowden. And we are up high in the rafters of the stadium, I believe you said they call it, Stephen?
I mean, that was a term that was thrown around when talking about the scrimmage, which was at last week. The stadium, Mission Prep's home, football field in downtown San Luis Obispo, technically the only one, as we'll talk about as being close to that fixture at the end of the schedule. But, brand new season. It's a great day for football. Any day that you get to have the Royals playing football in front of you is a great day, and this is among that. They're going to be kicking off against Brentwood School, a school out of West LA, right there next to Bel Air. Brentwood School is a private school. It used to be a military institution and developed into just a private, non-denominational school that emphasizes on athletics. 80% of the student body plays some sort of sport. And while, we're going to be seeing the football team here, it also includes sports such as fencing and, badminton. They have a lot of the more rare CIF sports. I've had the privilege to go through the official sanctioned book of how many there are. It's quite a bit. All of this, despite having a student body across a K through 12 system that totals less than 1,000 enrollees. So a smaller school, but definitely one that is far stretching with its prestige, as they were instrumental in bringing the Paralympics and Olympics to LA in 2028. So a school that has a fantastic athletics program, both immediately and into the future, as is their role.
And this is, I talked to Coach Schuster yesterday in the Coaches Show. You can find that on the PSNtv YouTube channel. He doesn't take this team lightly. This isn't something he's taken lightly. This is the first challenge. This is a big challenge for him. He has things he's looking down the road, some exciting matchups he's looking forward to. But he knows this team is capable of producing a solid game and stunning the Royals.
Well, Brentwood is part of that league that has Viewport and Campbell Hall in that league. Of course, in 2019, the first year out of the 8-man league for Mission Prep, they scheduled both those teams, went 2-0 against the team. So going to be kind of in that neighborhood. On paper, as a game that Mission Prep should be heavily favored, but exactly what you're saying. You can only put 11 guys on the field at a time, and in that sense, they're pretty evenly matched. Two relatively small schools that are just going to put out their best. And when it's the first game of a season, you don't know what's going to go on. Things are going to break. There's going to be some mistakes. The scrimmage last week against Emmanuel was a great chance for Mission to kind of excise some of those mistakes. Doesn't mean that we won't see an interception or botch snaps, things like that. But it's going to be a good game. Mission Prep coming off a pretty strong spring season. They went 3-2 with losses against the Santa Maria teams of Pioneer Valley and Santa Maria High School, while beating Napomo, Tascadero, and Morro Bay. Much of that squad returning. Only graduated one player, that's Caden Cheney. And as a result, it should be a pretty smooth transition into this year where we're going to have a more complete season, is the hope. Instead of having that league-only season, we're going to be seeing a little bit of preseason, including a non-league game here with Brentwood. And then in the league, and hopefully, knock on wood, playoffs, which are something that has really been a subject of hot debate, as the system got changed a little bit. And as we get closer to playoffs, I don't want to jinx anything. We'll take our time to talk about that subject, but it's something that's definitely on the mind of the players, mind of the coaching staff, as to how things are going to be working differently once we get to that postseason point.
I'm sorry, I can't resist.
Playoffs!
I'm sorry, people at home.
We haven't played a game, and you want to talk about playoffs, Brian.
Exactly. I just want to touch bases on both coaches. Head coach for the Brentwood School Eagles is Jack Ford, and he is in his 8th season, comes in with a winning record of 46-19-1, one tie under the belt. Head coach David Schuster of your Mission Prep Royals in his 5th season, 27-10 with a CIF Central Section 8-man championship. This is the Sunset Honda pregame show. We'll be right back.
Summer may be coming to a close, but summer deals are still available at Sunset Honda. Voted best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, Sunset Honda is a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Lease specials on the HRV and CRV that you won't want to miss. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7 on weekdays, and 11 to 5 on Sundays. No better time to switch to a Honda, and Sunset Honda on Los Osos Valley Road is the spot.
Welcome back to the Mission Prep pregame show, sponsored by Sunset Honda. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges, or as our intro says, Big Red Brian Stanley. You gotta love Chris Sylvester, our lovely leader and founder of Prep Sports Networks. You can find our new URL, if you didn't know about it, prepsportsnetworks.com. We've upgraded and extended the name just slightly. 3 broadcasts this season across California. The LA Central Section Game of the Week. And then, as always, our flagship broadcast, the number 3 in the nation, according to Max Preps, the St. John Bosco Braves. And Stephen, keys to victory for the Mission Prep Royals.
Well, for the Royals, it's really going to come down to winning the trenches. Brentwood runs a smaller school as far as physicality goes, but as far as their style, much faster. So to win this game, Mission Prep can't be tied up worrying about how many possessions they're going to get. They're going to have to demand that ball position. They're going to have to demand how this game gets run. That's going to come through that offensive line and that defensive line. These guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster than they were last year. So in order to beat Brentwood, they've got to use all those tools to their advantage to win this game. So the ball's in their court. Should be a good game for them in the trenches, but if they don't execute there, things are going to fall apart quickly.
And with just 3.5 minutes to go, the infamous Johnny Cash in the background as head coach David Schuster leads his troop down Napomo Street here in downtown San Luis Obispo, bringing his team onto the field from the northwest end zone. The infamous Mission Prep M up on the mountain behind them as the sun, with a haze of orange from the California fires, brings them onto the field.
And normally it's been a relatively unceremonious entrance onto the field straight from the locker room. This year we got a little something special.
This year we're back under the lights for high school football, not something we really got to experience in the spring. I feel like I'm at a heavyweight boxing match right now, or a high title MMA prize fight.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Look good, play good. Right now, big entrance like this, you're going to be looking pretty good.
And here come your Royals, led by Jack Susank, senior captain.
I'll tell you, I've been watching Jack Susank since his sophomore year. This senior year is primed to be a great one for Jack. Jack Susank has been an all-area player. He's been a player that has put on some fantastic shows at running back, kicker, and safety. We need to see all three of those facets here tonight.
And we'll be right back. We're going to take a few minutes to thank some of our sponsors this season. This has been the Sunset Honda pregame show on Prep Sports Network. Coming up next, the matchup between the Brentwood School Eagles and your Mission Prep Royals.
Matt Hanke, John Mitchell, Mike Sharp, Hector Murillo, Doug May, Joey Lopez.
Summer may be coming to a close, but summer deals are still available at Sunset Honda. Voted best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, Sunset Honda is a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Lease specials on the HRV and CRV that you won't want to miss. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7 on weekdays, and 11 to 5 on Sundays. No better time to switch to a Honda, and Sunset Honda on Los Osos Valley Road is the spot. At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439. Slow Brew the Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market?
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Mission College Prep creates a culture of care and accountability in partnership with families to form women and men of scholarship, inspiration, and leadership in service to deeper life with God and deeper life with one another. Open enrollment begins September 1st. Apply online at missionprep.org by clicking the Apply Now tab. 99% of MCP seniors go directly to college. It's the only high school on the Central Coast to host SAT and ACT tests last year, with SAT, ACT, and AP scores exceeding state and national averages. 19 varsity sports, including esports. Come and experience the Mission College Prep difference by emailing enrollment at missionprep.org for more information.
Friday Night Lights and Mission Prep Royals football back on the Prep Sports Network for the 2021 season. All broadcasts are presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Let's go to the field with the voice of the Royals, Big Red Brian Stanley.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. Mission Prep Football is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Captains are on the field for the coin toss, and things are looking good for the Royals here. They're about to get underway. A lot of excitement on the field. I'm excited up here. Can't even think of the words to come up with as we're into our new season.
Yeah, it looks like the Royals are going to be kicking off. Great sign for the Royals. Normally you want to be the team that gets the ball first, get a chance to get the momentum going. I disagree in this circumstance. Mission Prep's defense in the spring season was fantastic, especially in the early parts of games. Having a chance to take control of that and, kind of dictate from the defensive point of view, that's something that this team needs to be capable of, and if you're capable of doing that, go for it. It's going to give them another possession in the second half. If this game ends up close, that's going to be very valuable. I look forward to seeing what the Royals can do here on defense.
Royals will be kicking off left to right to begin this contest against the Brentwood Eagles of Los Angeles. Jack Susank kicking off for the Royals. And back to receive Luke Rottenberg and Davis Wong. The Eagles are wearing white uniforms with black and red trim, or shall we say crimson trim.
Scarlet, crimson, lot of options there.
Your Royals wearing their royal blue helmets, gold pants, blue uniforms, blue jerseys with gold letters, numbers, and trim. And we are underway. This kickoff presented by California Fresh and Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Wong with the return out past the 20 before he is gobbled up by the the defending team. There we go, a little lost for words, shaking off the rust.
Well, it's a new season, new offense, all of that. They had a chance to change a lot of things in their program, but if Brentwood stays true to what we've seen in the past with this Eagles offense, we're going to be seeing a pass-heavy team, really operates through the quarterback. Very different from what we see from the Royals. They're going to be running the ball, much more traditional style offense for the Royals than Brentwood. That's running a more modern RPO style, lots of passing. So expect the defensive backs here to be highlighted during this drive.
And at quarterback for the Eagles, Boone Lord. 3 receivers to his left, nobody to the right. Pitches off to Frank Lewis. No gain for Lewis.
Yeah, Frank Lewis just tried to get the edge, and there's no edge there. The linebackers come and just gobble him up at the line of scrimmage. You got to get out of that backfield fast, and Lewis was just a step slow. As a result, not a great chance. They're going to have to adjust on the fly here and find another way to attack this Royals defense.
I'd like to correct that. That was Luke Rottenberg. Apologize to his mother. Lord steps back to pass, finds an open receiver as he threads the needle. I guess that's not an open receiver, but he threads the needle. Sam Herzog with the reception.
Herzog with just a quick slant route there. That is one of those options that if he wasn't open, they're going to throw the tunnel screen over there to the right. Instead, Herzog had a little bit of an opening, got his hands up and got the ball. This is going to be what this offense is going to live off of, is those quick hitting routes.
And we do apologize for the correction here. Let's transition into a live broadcast. Our producer and live screen operator back in the studios, Chris Sylvester, helping us out.
Well, right there, Brian Audette blew through the line and got the big tackle for loss. When a defensive lineman on the interior of the line is able to get behind the line of scrimmage and make the tackle like that, it can mean a long night for the offensive line on the other side. Audette did a fantastic job there. Still early in this game, though.
Steps back to back. Lord rolls out to his right side, being chased by Larrera. Finds an open receiver, and Cars comes up with it. Dylan Cars with the first down.
Dylan Cars found a nice open area in the field. One of those improvisational, hey, you got to throw this to me, you're on the run. Great job by the D-line. Just about everyone got some separation, got after the quarterback. But, for Brentwood, Lord just rolling out to the side, getting that kind of backyard football mentality and finding the open man in Cars. Just a lot of great execution on both sides of the ball. Unfortunately for the Royals, it went Brentwood's way.
We're 2 minutes and 10 seconds off in the first quarter as we have a run play off to the left. Stuffed in the backfield is Luke Rottenberg.
Yeah, Rottenberg getting out to the side, and this is exactly what you want to see from the Royals. Multiple people crashing down in the backfield for a tackle for loss. Let's take a look at some of the people there. Grant Callahan, it looked like David Luera. So many people crashing into the backfield as soon as that play developed. That's what you want as a defensive coordinator.
Steps back, Lord. Pass over the middle. This time, Davis Wong with the reception. And he gains 8 yards with that catch over the middle.
That being Mario Luera making the tackle downfield. That type of middle screen is something that you use when you want to exploit the aggression from the defensive line. Mission Prep's been extremely aggressive up front. They've been getting, in fact, if anything, too deep backfield. Brentwood dials up a quick screen down the middle and takes advantage of all that space that gets left behind once the D-line gets too aggressive.
The receivers to his left, one back. Quick throw off to his right. And Cars with the catch. Just enough for the first down. Moving the sticks once again is the Brentwood Eagles.
And that's just that quick hitch route. They knew it was 3rd and short. Any sort of completion was going to move the sticks. That hitch route is an extremely easy completion against air. But here, when you've got a defender coming down to possibly pick that ball off, it's a risky one to call up. So Brentwood rolling the dice a little bit. They're on 3rd and short.
Two receivers to his left, one to his right, hands off to Luttenberg. And Luttenberg going nowhere. Seems the run game not working for the Eagles, but the pass game seems to be flying high.
Well, you can just look across the line and see why that's the case. The line for Mission College Prep, despite being small in number, very large in actual size. You compare that to what's going on with Brentwood. They've got just some smaller guys. They've got to find ways to use leverage and push those guys off the line. When you've got size versus small, small's got to think hard and find a smart way to move people.
The receiver's left, one to his right. Deep pass down the right sideline, looking for number 8, Dylan Carr, just over his head.
Caden Elmerick in coverage there, and they're challenging that isolated side. If they see Elmerick out there, he's got to realize there's no help over the top. He's got to stick to his guy. Sticks to his guns there. Even if that had been a little bit closer, a little bit more complete, Elmerick had a chance to make the play. Doing a good job being stuck on the island out there by himself.
Still working with trips to his left. His Lord, single back. Step back looking for receivers to his left. Now he's forced to scramble out to his right side. Chased down by the dog pound. And that pass completed over the middle, Sam Herzog.
And again, just these backyard plays, once Lord has the pocket collapse, he's doing a good job keeping his wits about him, rolling out, keeping an eye on what's going on downfield. This was originally just a little hitch route that glid back towards the middle and found some open space. Not how it's drawn up, but how it's taught.
Mission Prep defense working with a 4-man front. And we have a whistle on the field. David Schuster going to take a timeout. We will join them in that timeout. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Coming out of the timeout, we're still scoreless here in the first quarter. 6:47 on the clock. 4th and 10. 4th and 1, that is. And they lose the ball, or the ball is loose on 4th down.
Going to be a little discussion depending on what spot they give him when that forward progress stopped. It's not where the ball ends. It's how far it gets before it gets pushed back. And this is going to be a measurement here. And I agree with the referees taking a measurement. It looked like it lurched forward If it lurched forward a full yard, well, that's going to be enough for a first down. And that's why the beauty of the QB sneak. It is a daring move by Brentwood with how dominant the Mission defensive line has been. But we'll see if it paid off.
And it does not pay off for the Brentwood School Eagles. The defense of David Schuster forces the turnover on downs. It's going to be Mission Prep ball, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Ball spotted on the far hash mark, 6:41 to go here in the first quarter. And the home crowd getting fired up as the offense takes the field for the Royals. Jack Susank on the field in the backfield, team captain. And at quarterback, we will see it is going to be Colby White, returning from injury after last season, a good start. Tyler Garrett to his right, Jamar Howard to his left, and we have Jack Susank going to the barn before he's taken down. He was looking for those barn doors to be open, taken down at the inside the 35-yard line. Officially spotted down at the 37.
The quick snap on that play tells you something. Mission Prep saw something in tape that they were hoping they're going to see on the other side of the ball, and they found it. Quick snap, just a quick dive play off to the left, and he was off to the races. Jack Susank with a big play in the first play of this game.
And this one is ended with a flag. This false start on the offense. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, resulting in a 1st and 15. Pushing them out past the 40 to the 42-yard line.
We're seeing them return back to the shallow split backs rather than that I formation that we saw in that first play. So shallow split backs, since Coach Schuster has been playing 11-man football with this Mission Prep team, that's been the standard set. It feeds into my conspiracy theory I got going on here that I formation means something special is going to be coming out for the Royals. Keep an eye for when they break that out through the game.
Colby White coming in from the sideline with the play. Near sideline is going to be wide receiver Jamar Howard. Far sideline, Tyler Garrett. In between, Jacob Butler. Encroachment on the defense.
And we'll see. Any movement at all will get this negated, but you're right. It is an encroachment against the defense. One of those that the defenders will argue every day, oh, he twitched, he did this, he did that, but I didn't see anything from the Royals.
And back to a 1st and 10 for the Royals as White comes back to the sideline to discuss the play with David Schuster.
Well, when you get it blown dead like that, it's probably, hey, here's what we had, here's where you're lined up. Were you supposed to be tight? Were you supposed to be split out? He's got a little chance to get a little water and discuss that further with the coaching.
Howard to his right, Garrett to his left. Susank in the backfield, ball comes loose, and it's down in the backfield by the Eagles. And coming up with that one, number 51, not on my roster.
That'd be Zach Leah for the Brentwood School Eagles picking that up. And these are the types of mistakes that are going to get you behind. Your defense just had a long series. They're hoping for a chance to get their breath back a little bit and reorganize a bit. Not going to get that due to the, technically we're going through 4 plays, but really only one snap of the ball for the offense before the ball is going back the other way. This is just mentally hard because defense, much tougher. You're not able to control the pace of play. You're not able to control where the ball's going, and they're not going to get a break here.
Triple set to the left. Lord's quick throw to his running back, Rottenberg, and Rottenberg works his way up the right sideline for the first down.
I like the footwork there by Rottenberg. The new form tackling that they've got there where you're supposed to grab, and it's called the rugby tackle. You actually tackle behind the player, use your arms to pull him down to the ground. That's the new style of form tackling that they've been teaching. Here, Rottenberg just uses that and causes himself to break loose of what was really an arm tackle. Back in the day, that was considered a sloppy tackle, but that's the new way that they teach the form tackle.
Deuces to each side. for Lord. Hands off to Rottenberg. Rottenberg finds a groove. And again, another first down for Rottenberg. First through the air, now on the ground.
And Rottenberg's doing a great job hitting his gap here. They were trying to go to the C gap before. The C gap's that gap that's right outside the tackle. Really, now they're hitting more of the D gap, as if there was a tight end there. He's spacing it out just a little bit further and forcing the defender to defend more space along the line. Even if there's not a blocker there, that space is acting like a blocker, forcing the defenders to have to take up more space than they're capable of. That's what's getting Rottenberg out to the edge here.
And here, actually, I called a first down. They're going to bring out the sticks for this one.
You know, a lot of times the referees will just kind of wave it off and motion you on. Here they're actually holding up about 3 links of chain to walk it all the way back, place the ball 3 links of chain away, and then go all the way back to the sideline. I mean, this is impressive.
This game means a lot for both teams.
It's a game of inches, Brian. And here, that wasn't even an inch. That's a quarter, maybe even a half.
2nd and inches. The Royals have stopped them before in this position. 4 linemen up front for the defense. Quick pass out to his right side for Lord, connecting with Jason Nye.
And that's that tunnel screen that they showed early in the game. They didn't throw it. They had a slant on the other side that they actually went with. But those screens are a lot of fun for the wide receivers because you got one guy that's going to just go out and blast the defensive back. The other guy gets to read off that block and decide where to go. I love those screens, and wide receivers love running them.
Trips to the left for Lord. Low pass, able to recover. Rolls out to his left, being chased down by the defense. Misses a shoe-stained tackle. Does David Larrera, as Lord runs out of bounds for a good 6-yard gain.
And David just a little bit short of getting that tackle near the line of scrimmage. It's going to give a lot of space here for Brentwood, and Brentwood has got to start looking to get a touchdown here. They've got to start looking ways to put points on the board. This is the 2nd time they've been in the Mission Prep territory tonight, and they've got nothing to show yet. One of these plays is going to be dialed up for the end zone pretty soon.
Single back in the backfield, hands it off to Rottenberg, and Rottenberg just gets drilled at the line of scrimmage by Jacob Butler, team captain.
Yeah, that dirt there in the center, some baseball dirt left over from that Mission Prep championship softball team. That ended up tripping him up near the line. So softball getting an assist tackle there after they got their CIF championship earlier this summer.
Twin receivers to each side for Lord. Rottenberg in the backfield, step back, looking for a receiver. Goes long. This one picked off by the Royals. And Caden Elmerick coming up with that grab, giving the offense a chance on the ball with 5:17 here in the first quarter.
Well, we were talking about Elmerick being comfortable on the island out there on the last drive. Here he's still out on an island, still all by himself. Lines up directly where he can get and gets his hand up for the pick. You don't get more comfortable on an island than Caden Elmerick was right there. He knew he had his wide receiver covered, came out of coverage just to pull that ball down, got the Royals the possession back. Great job by Caden Elmerick. That's trust in both the defensive coordinator and trust in yourself.
And that could set him up for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game. A play like that added to your highlight reel can give you the added bonus at the end of the night. And speaking of Mama Mia's, I'm thinking about calling in a pizza at the next break. What do you think, Steven?
We'll see about that. Still early in the game.
Quick handoff to Jack Susank. Gobbles up a few yards before he's taken to the ground.
Yeah, operating out of that shotgun formation, it's really a quick read that you have to make as a running back. This was a zone. Jack got the snap a little bit late. As a result, the read was a bit off, is a little bit tougher. Still able to dive forward, and get those extra yards. Still going to be 2nd and medium, though. Not that big, long run that he had in the first possession of the first quarter of the game.
Making some transitions on offense is David Schuster. Offensive line coming up to the ball. We got 2 receivers to each side for Colby White. Snap and the whistle. It is on the offense. They're going to go back 5 yards.
And this is something that Mission's really got to work on tuning up. Right now, they're having issues with false starts, bad alignments, just mental errors, things that you want to get ironed out. And we saw some of it during the scrimmage, too. These are just lingering issues. You know, a bad snap is what led to the ball being turned over. These are just issues that you can take care of yourself. You just got to focus and take them at heart. I mean, we need to see that progress over the course of this game. These first 2 possessions have not been up to the quality that they need to win football games.
We're scoreless with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. White with 2 receivers to each side, steps back looking for an open man, connects, and we have a flag on the far side of the field. And Dante Andrani coming up with that catch. It's going to be negated. It's going to be offsides. That's what I saw. Early start.
We'll see. It's a good sign for Mission Prep right now that they're trusting Colby White to make these throws. Just as the offense evolves and changes based on the personnel, Colby White is going to be the type of guy that we're going to see more throwing for. And it looks like an ineligible man downfield against the Royals. So, yeah, you're correct. Wait, they're marching it off the other direction. All right, it will be against the Royals. But as you were saying, takes that reception off the board. We're going to see more receptions this year than we've seen in years past. Just with where the talent's at, where the offense is at. I was talking to Coach Schuster before the game. He says he trusts Colby White to be that guy that throws more balls, gets the ball downfield. We've also got guys like Jamar Howard that are expected to come in and make a big impact. He's out there at the far side right now.
Under center is White, and we have another whistle and flag on the play. 3:38 first quarter as the lights are starting to warm up here at the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. And speaking of Mama Leah's Pizzeria, stay tuned after the game for Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game. Mama Leah's Pizzeria is open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Reach out to them, 805-439-1306 or mamaleahslow.com. White under center. 2 backs with him in the I formation, a little offset. And Jack Susank goes nowhere. Off to his right side.
Yeah, as Frank Lewis getting through the line there. Talked about how much impact you can have as an interior defensive player making a tackle in the backfield. See it right there on the other side. Just Lewis breaking through the line, getting the running back, taking him to the ground. There's no chance for a move, a spin, anything. Just a flat-out great defensive play by the Brentwood player. That interior line, when the ball's coming that quick, you got to get a chip. You got to get a hand on someone. Can't let anything get leaked through that A or B gap when you're trying to run straight ahead.
Working under center, I formation. Once again, hands off to Jack Susank. Finds an I, jumps over with a hurdle, finds a blocker looking for some open room. He's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Finds the gold nugget at the end of the road. It is Jack Susank with that Mission Prep touchdown. And that Mission Prep touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Call them at 805-226-5550 or visit them at kdcapmtg.com for all your mortgage needs.
Going to be an illegal block in the back against Jamar Howard there. Got tripped up is what I saw. That Howard was running side by side by one of the defensive backs. Got the legs caught together, and then Howard gave him a push in the back as he was himself falling, ended up balanced running down the field, and that's not a good look. That bad look ends up pulling a bad flag out, pulls that first Mission Prep touchdown of the season off the board, but you can't erase what we saw. Jack Susank with the 5th sixth, seventh gear, getting all the way down the field, running past every member of the Brentwood defense while he did so. What a great run by Jack Susank. Unfortunate, came back with a little bit of laundry.
And we have a timeout on the field, so we're going to go ahead and take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We'll be right back.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And we're back under action here at the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. And though it wasn't a touchdown, gentlemen, I gotta say I did a pretty good call.
Like I said, you can't erase it from the memory, even if it can be erased from the scoreboard.
You gotta keep going with it.
We'll see here. Jack Susank getting a breath of air, and it's gonna be Drew Harrigan back there behind that formation in front of him.
Tight formation. Drew Harrigan takes the handoff. He scoots out to his left side, and he's bumped out of bounds by Luke Rothenberg, among a number other of Eagles on the far side of the field.
Well, as much as we want to talk about Jack Susank, he really was an evenly split running back field last year. Drew Harrigan had 282 yards on his own, 7.4-yard average, 4 touchdowns on 38 rushes, and once again, 5-game season. So off to a great start was Drew Harrigan during that spring season.
High formation, 3 in the backfield with White. Harrigan takes the handoff, and he's driven down into the backfield by Joe Bagley. And that's a short loss for the Royals, excuse me.
And Joe Bagley just following the blocks in front of him and finding out where that ball was going. Met Drew Harrigan one-on-one to make that tackle. And that's not an easy thing to do if you're a linebacker. You're staring down a freight train in Drew Harrigan, and Bagley just took it on, took him to the ground. The Eagles really showing that they're not afraid of the Royals here in the first quarter.
White working from under center. 3 backs behind him. Fakes the handoff, passes out, finds the open receiver, Tyler Garrett, pulls in the reception and gains the first down at the 15-yard line for the Royals. 1:13 on the clock. And tonight's game is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo, the official ride of the Royals. Drop by and check out the Hyundai Get Our Way sales event at 1407 Auto Parkway in San Luis Obispo. Check out what's new at Hyundai San Luis Obispo at HyundaiSlow.com.
Yeah, get a great drive. Well, we talk about a great drive. Extended there by White's connection with Garrett. That was great ball placement by White. It's easy to always think the best place to put the balls in the shoulders there. Hit pocket. Garrett follows it with his hands. Great catch.
49 seconds on the clock. Clock running. Jack Susank with the ball, looking for some room out to the left side. Nothing but White in front of him, and he dives for the end zone, but he's pulled down short of the goal line.
I've been following Jack Susank since he was a sophomore, and here in his senior year, he's shown that he's developed some serious speed. He's starting to look like one of those video game characters where you just start mashing the button and he pulls away from everyone. That boundary was his all along, and we saw that long touchdown that got called back. Jack just doing a great job maturing, getting stronger, faster. I guarantee he's catching some eyes of some people not in the stadium tonight.
A new face on the sideline for David Schuster, quarterback coach Eric Terry, a name you might know from around the area of recent, former coordinator at Napomo High School. Kobe White working under center. Jack Susank in the backfield. Rolls out to his right. And the pass incomplete for Kobe White. His intended receiver, Andrew Abate.
Andrew Abate is another one of those guys that's been around since the transition to 11-man football happened. He's an extremely shifty running back, a guy that likes to get the ball in his hands on those perimeter areas. There is just a little bit low, wasn't able to get it in his hands. I guarantee, based on what I've seen from Andrew Abate, that if that had gotten in his hands, no one was going to stop him. He's extremely hard to tackle with something in his hands and a lot of space.
Kobe White with receiver to each side. Abate in the backfield along with Jack Susank. Steps back, high rainbow arcing pass. That one's out of bounds onto the side of the mound. And that is the end of the first quarter. California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. At the end of the first quarter, we are scoreless between the Eagles and your Mission Prep Royals. We'll be right back.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
Summer may be coming to a close, but summer deals are still available at Sunset Honda. Voted Best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, Sunset Honda is a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Lease specials on the HRV and CRV that you won't want to miss. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7 on weekdays, and 11 to 5 on Sundays. No better time to switch to a Honda, and Sunset Honda on Los Osos Valley Road is the spot.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. Start of the second quarter. Mission Prep in the red zone. Jack Susank looking for the goal line. And that's what he does. He finds it. Finds it like it's a happy little gold nugget at the end of the rainbow. And that touchdown presented by that touchdown, and every Mission Prep touchdown this fall is presented by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 West Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call at 805-226-5550 or visit them at KD Cap MTG for all your mortgage needs. And here comes the extra point. Jack Susank in to clean up his own work. Turns 6 into 7. Kick is up. Kick is good through the uprights. And break down that little defensive or that little offensive push at the end there by Jack Susank.
Great job. I mean, as Susank's touchdown that entire time, he scored it from about 60 yards out. Then again, he's got to go back and finish up his own work. What a great job to punch it in close. That's two sets of skills that you need out of a running back. The ability to just find the hole along the front, push it into the end zone, as well as that extra gear to get that huge amount of yardage. We're seeing both from Jack. And I think this is a great showing for the first game of the year that he's been able to do everything asked of him so far.
At 11:55, Mission Prep takes a 7-0 lead over the Brentwood Eagles, looking to send the Eagles packing. I was looking at the schedules between these two squads, Stephen, and normally you don't talk about common opponents on schedules, but these two, or normally you do, but normally they've already played, but in the first game of the season you don't.
Yeah.
These two teams will both face Carpinteria and Carpinteria back-to-back weeks.
And you don't normally, transitive property is one of my big pet peeves. But, you don't have any common opponents game one. You don't have any common anything. Here we're finding some common ground between these two teams as the offenses of both sides doing exactly what's asked of them so far. So really excited for this, and, we're excited for those Carpinteria games coming up.
Kickoff inside the 10-yard line. Finding some open room at the 40. One blocker. Man to beat. Going the distance. That is going to be Rottenberg. And the touchdown. But we have a flag on the field as Rottenberg finds the end zone on that kickoff. Looks like they're calling a low block, chop block. Back at the 36-yard line.
We'll take a look. The initial call is holding against the Eagles here, and based on the timing and based on the position of it, is definitely some sort of illegal block during the return, and it is in fact a chop block as you originally predicted, and that's going to bring it back. It's tough to tell how much that was involved because the lane that he went through was originally opened by that chop block, so that could have been entirely based off that penalty, but I tell you what, that's still going to get some momentum into the Eagles here. The defense has a big task to try and pull that wind back out of their sails in order to hold them back on their side of the field.
11:42. Brentwood Eagles are going to start with the ball somewhere within the 25-yard line range. Officially spotted at the 26. Tip of the nose setting on the 26. 1st and 10 as they move left to right. The sun has set behind the mountain here in downtown San Luis Obispo. Handoff to Rottenberg, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Caleb Alalem said, "No way."
Alalem was in on there, and Connor Lopez was also in on there, sophomore, and I expect to hear a lot more of that name being passed around. He's a guy that's a newer face to the Royals, but has already been making an impact in practice and games. I expect to see Connor Lopez be heavily featured in the Royals' offense and defense going forward.
Lord steps back, throws off to his right side, pass over his intended target. Wide receiver, Jason Nye.
And once again, defender on that play, Connor Lopez. He's going to be a guy that we're going to be seeing a lot of, especially as a sophomore. You look at the seniors and upperclassmen that played as sophomores. You look at the Luera brothers, Jack Susank. When you're on the varsity roster as a sophomore, usually shows good things going forward.
Shotgun position for Lord. Rolls out to his left. Deep pass. Receiver, heavy coverage. Here comes the flag. And on the coverage for Mission Prep, Grant Callahan. Intended receiver, Sam Herzog.
Yeah, and this could be one of those that you didn't see the ball coming. You just kind of played the man. Even if this was somehow incidental contact, they're going to call the PI. So pretty clear pass interference against the Royals. They're going to give the Eagles a new set of downs.
And that was a 3rd down, so it does help the Eagles tremendously here. That fresh set of downs that you mentioned. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 47, turning to 3rd and 9 into a 1st and 10. Much better odds.
Yes.
Shotgun snap. Lord steps back, forced out of the pocket. Pass completed to Rottenberg, and he slips as he's taken to the ground. Mission Prep not allowing that ball to go anywhere.
Jacob Butler playing loose coverage at first, just kind of in his zone, back off the line of scrimmage a little bit. As soon as the ball gets dumped off, he gets his feet under him and absolutely laid a tackle down. Great job playing his zone perfectly and coming out to make the big play by Butler.
Butler playing the right linebacker. Shotgun snap for Lord. And Lorera in the backfield with the shoestring tackle with a flag on the diamond.
And David Luera there coming around the edge. And that's one of those guys we just talked about, how impactful he's going to be. He's been on the team since he was a freshman, and the immediate impact there. Here, he's going to get the first sack of the game for the Royals, first sack of the season. And it's going to be a hold that's going to bring him back. Probably going to be declined, as you want the down as well as the yards usually.
That was declined by head coach David Schuster. The ball's going to stay in the dirt.
Yeah, getting a sack through a penalty. Unfortunately, it's not basketball. You could get the and one.
That would be right at second base this time around. Here's the snap. Looking to his left, looking to his right. That pass intercepted by Jack Susank. And Susank takes and delivers the hit as he goes out of bounds. And Jack Susank could be our Mama Leah's player of the game with that interception.
Well, you want to give the guy that got the stats all the credit. Oh, yeah, good job, Jack Susank. Don't get me wrong. Great play by Susank getting under that ball. Let's look at David Luera getting in the face of the quarterback. You got to throw the ball over a mountain. You want it to get to an exact position. That ain't happening. David Luera with the pressure. I'd give him the interception if I were a stats guy and it was legal. Not how it works. Great job by Jack Susank getting under it, but I'm absolutely impressed by David Luera. Pulled his defender by him and got in the face of the quarterback. That's a defensive lineman interception.
Mission Prep up 7-0, 9:59 on the clock. Kobe White airs it out into the end zone. And this one handed back over to the Eagles. And going down the far sideline, Jason Nee.
Well, you get one, you get him, you give him. That one's one of them that you want back. They wanted to capitalize on momentum. The stadium is getting loud. Everyone's expecting the big play. You go to ring one up, and it's just a bit short. A little bit of an issue on the ball placement, but you got to give them credit for going for it. What a great chance to capitalize and really get the wind in your sails and really take control of this game in a major way. Fell apart, but you got to give the coaching staff some credit for at least trying it.
Four-man front for the defense of Mission Prep. Shotgun snap handed off quickly to Rottenberg, and Rottenberg gobbled, shriveled up into the backfield by Gabe Rodriguez.
Yeah, Gabe Rodriguez just beasted his man and got in behind the line to make that big tackle. The defensive line for Mission Prep has been amazing all game. This has been exactly what we talked about when we were saying what the key to the game was. Those four guys right up in front of that, next to that football, they're getting the job done. They're doing what's asked of them. I couldn't be more happy if I were a Mission Prep Royal with what's going on right now.
Clock running, 9-minute mark now here in the second quarter, that is, moving ahead. And Jacob Bugby, the intended receiver, and he looked a little lost out there.
I think something happened with the ball placement, that he was supposed to bend it back out, or he lined up incorrectly and ended up in the wrong part of the field. Something that's very common in high school that doesn't get highlighted all that often is where your split is as a wide receiver. If you end up taking too narrow of a split, which I think was the case there, you end up well away from where the ball's been targeted, because it takes some time for that ball to get delivered, and you're nowhere near where you need to be.
8:55 on the clock. Royals lead 7-0. Lord steps back, airs this one out to his left side, and that one is intercepted. Grant Callahan with an interception going back the other way. He's trying to find some room to wiggle down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Grant Callahan, the ladderman, likes to go up and get the ball at the highest point possible. That's what you want out of a defensive back. You go up, get your hands up, pull that down. Does a fantastic job. Doesn't matter how tall the other guy was. He was on his ladder. Grant pulled that thing down. Never a chance for the wide receiver to make a play on the ball. And we're going to have a timeout from Brentwood here.
And we'll be right back with it. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Slow Brew the Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions, weddings, and other celebratory events. Open Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., it's the perfect pregame hangout spot before the next Mission Prep football game. Find us at 855 Aero Vista Place in SLO. Go Royals!
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Proud sponsors of Mission Prep Football. We'd like to thank all our sponsors for joining us this season as the Royals make a push for another successful year in high school football. Royals with the ball, 3 series between these two squads, resulting in 3 turnovers. Kobe White under center, quickly hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan dragging his man with him, dragging Roddenberg. And that's enough for a first down, first and goal for the Royals, 8:33 on the clock.
You know, if I were Nike and I were looking for a way to make the next $1 million as they want to do, we talk about how sticky gloves are, slippery cleats. Think about this. That one cleat was so, if it had been a little bit more slippery, that's all was standing between Harrigan and the end zone there. What a great job by Harrigan, following his blockers, getting into the open space, and then just dragging as far as he could to the 9-yard line here for the Royals.
Clock running. First and goal at the 9-yard line. 8 minutes until the break. Royals want to increase their lead. Fakes the handoff to Harrigan, rolls out to his left. White looking for the payday, and the payday comes with a 9-yard score. Kobe White could be our Mama Leah Pizzeria player of the game. And that touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage. And KD Capital Mortgage is a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football this season, and they are sponsoring each and every Mission Prep Football touchdown. Visit them at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. And Jack Susank in for the extra point. Making it look easy, into the net, off to the sidewalk, and almost back over the fence.
Tell you what, that play action at the goal line is something that's very common within anyone that runs a run-heavy offense, as the Royals do. You just do a little quick handoff, and the idea is, hey, the linebackers are going to have to read the run. They're all going to collapse there. If the defensive backs are so dedicated to not getting involved in the run that everyone's covered, there's no one left to tackle the quarterback. Colby White recognizes that, runs to the pylon. No one's there to stop him. A big touchdown for the Royals. Colby White putting up the second one after Jack Susank put up the first. Of course, Jack Susank kicking both those extra points as well. Royals out to a fantastic start of the season, 14-0.
14-0. Royals up and looking to add, obviously, more, looking to get another possession here in this game. But right now it's going to be the Eagles' ball as they set to receive. Back to receive for the Eagles is going to be Luke Rottenberg and Davis Wong. And Jack Susank coming in to do the kicking duties. He's a, shall I say, a jack of all trades?
You know, yeah. I'm sure I've done that one at some point. It's been a long 3 years, but I like it. All-purpose player his sophomore year, according to Slowpoke Sports.
And Jack Susank with a squib kick, not going very far. Picked up at the 26-yard line as Theo Moot comes up with it. And good field position for the Eagles as they start at the 31-yard line. 7:48 here to go in the first quarter. 14-0, Royals up. as it starts to cool off in downtown San Luis Obispo. Thomas has the thick jacket on. Steven with the nice sport coat, and I got the fancy sweater.
You know, fancy vests don't get enough credit these days. I feel like the whole Mater D trend, like maybe everyone turn away from vests. Fantastic option. Do a great job keeping your core warm.
And that's all you need. If your core is warm, your extremities stay warm as well.
There you go.
Little tidbit. 3 receivers to his left. The trips we've seen quite often. Lord's forced to scramble, finds the open receiver. Jason Nee brings it in, and he gains just about enough. They're going to move the sticks. 10-yard pickup through the air for the Eagles.
Lord's doing a great job of keeping his eyes downfield while he's moving around the pocket. This is kind of what the modern pocket passer looks like, right? You can no longer just stand like a statue back there. As it devolves around him, he evolves with it and finds a spot to throw the ball. Right there, gets enough for a first down.
1st and 10, 7:25 on the clock. The pitch to Rottenberg. Luke Rottenberg gets out to about the 45-yard line before he's dragged to the ground. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup for Brentwood.
You know, it's interesting to see how they implement the run game because you want to keep something that's going to keep the linebackers honest in your game plan, but they're not able to do it between the tackles. The Mission Prep Royals completely shut that down early in this game. So it's been a lot of pitches, a lot of outside handoffs, not a lot going between the guard and the tackle right there.
3 receivers to his right this time as he rolls out past the near hash marks, directs his receiver pulls it in and steps out of bounds. Davis Wong, the sophomore, with the catch.
Yeah, a lot of that kind of, I call it backyard, and that sounds derogatory, but it's improvisation. It's ways to keep the play alive. Mission Prep's doing a great job with those first reads. They're keeping them under lock, and so it's forcing the play to go longer. When you're able to communicate with your wide receivers the way Lord has, it shows that you're willing to get things done that aren't going to normally happen.
Split set of receivers. Quick pass from Lord to Cars, and Cars wiggles his way inside the hash marks from the outside, and that's a first down at the 40-yard line.
You know, and we talk about Boone Lord and how he's improvising and feels so comfortable. Should be brought up, he's only a sophomore. This is his first varsity game starting as quarterback, and he's directing traffic like this. This is an amazing thing to see, that a sophomore is able to run around, point people to where they need to go as an underclassman. Underclassman is Boone Lord. Incredible.
Boone Lord takes a shotgun snap, forced out of the pocket, scrambling with it. He's on his feet, out of bounds at the 30-yard line. We could see a measurement here, Stephen.
We all know how excited I get over measurements, so this could be great, but the referees right now having a quick discussion. They're going to give the first down as the nose is just past the post looking at this. But there was some discussion going on between Brentwood and the head umpire as they were coming back to the huddle. I think there's a little discussion about what's going on in the line, and both sides not happy about it.
Two receivers to each side for Boone Lord, and that ball's knocked loose and called dead. They're going to say he threw that ball.
Yeah, that was a designed screenplay. They're letting the defense just kind of jailbreak through the line in order to set the running back to have the lineman to run behind. That didn't happen. Mission Prep sniffed it out. They stayed by the line of scrimmage and looked for the running back. Luckily, Boone Lord found the running back, threw it at his feet. Going to go as an incomplete pass.
And that is a second down for the Eagles. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Boone Lord rolls out to his left side. Been rolling out of the pocket a lot today. This pass is short and completed to Davis Wong. And that's enough for a first down. The Eagles move the sticks once again.
Well, Boone Lord rolling out once. Let's hear the correction.
2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, going to bring up another third down. Boone Lord's been getting chased. You might be saying, wow, they're really housing him, really bringing the linebackers, doing something right. This has been 4 rushers for Mission Prep all night. They're not sacrificing coverage in order to get after the quarterback. It's really a crowning achievement of D-line when it can look like this at just about every play. It's just the 4 down lineman.
takes the snap, does Lord. Lord again forces a scramble. This time he is swarmed down into the backfield. And that is going to be a second sack of the day for the Mission Prep defense.
That's going to be Ryan Audette and RJ Esmond coming in for that sack. They split that in most situations. So getting back there, splitting a sack, that pocket just collapsed. I think all four guys had a chance, and it's just Audette and Esmond bringing him down to the ground. Fourth and medium, not at all what the Eagles want to be dealing with. They are hoping to at least get a chance for a field goal, and they are way too far for that at the high school ranks.
I have faith he could do it. 5:16, clock starting to run, fourth down. Steps back, throws over the middle, over his receiver's head, intended target, Sam Herzog. And that is a turnover on downs forced by the defense. Second time they've done that today.
Well, and it's done by that D-line. We're talking about Audette and Esmond just getting back through there, and Audette's been doing it all day. He's doing it through the interior part of the line, the hardest part, because if one guy fails, you've got the center or the tackle, if you're pushing the guard as Audette is, to come in and help. You've got the running back to come in and help. They're blowing through all of that. They're forcing Lord to run and try and throw with pressure every single down. It's going to get exhausting. We talk about how the offense exhausts defense by running the ball and grinding people down. This D-line is grinding down the quarterback. We might be seeing more mistakes as Lord already has thrown 3 interceptions. This could lead to more.
5:06 in the second quarter. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line for the Mission Prep Royals. Kobe White working under center. One receiver to his left, 3 to his right. Pitches it to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan to the 30, out to the 35, gets a block, out to the 50, and finally pushed out of bounds by Luke Rottenberg as he makes it across the 50 to the 49 of the Eagles.
When it comes to running the ball, it's a team effort. It's a mentality. It's not just something you dial up when you're running it the way that the Royals are running it. That includes the wide receivers. While the wide receivers quit on the play, they hear it's a run play, not these guys. Blocking from all 10 guys that didn't have the ball. That's what broke open the route for Drew Harrigan. Perimeter was opened up. Wide receivers doing their job. Lead blockers, linemen, everyone dedicated to one cause. That's what led to that big play. Of course, Drew Harrigan having some real fast legs on him helps as well. But boy, was that a great job blocking by the Royals.
5:01 on the game clock. 5:01 until halftime. 14-point lead for the Mission Prep Royals in this season opener, this home opener. And we have a jump at the line, which is going to bring out the flags.
Yeah, legal procedure. That can go for a number of different penalties. It's the same signal. In this case, if you're the if you're the center, you're not allowed to snap the ball and put it back down. Just had the cadence wrong, and that's going to move them back 5.
Coach Schuster and Eric Terry talking to Kobe White as he brings the play into the huddle. Ball now spotted at the 45 of Mission Prep, just short of the 46. Kobe White under center, receiver two to his left, or 2 to his right, 1 to his left. That pass completed, wiggling his way through the hurdle, or through the herd, excuse me, is Jamar Howard.
Howard, one of these guys that we're going to see break out this season is my prediction. There's a lot of familiar names on this roster. Howard's going to be one of those new ones that you might not know. He's extremely quick, fast, however you want to say it. He's got top-end speed and some height. There we just see the quick little screenplay. He had guys in his face, but his legs were able to get him out of trouble. And there's nothing that you can trade on the outside. Once a guy's got height and speed, makes him extremely hard to defend. Howard's got that in spades.
4:19 on the clock. Clock is running towards the break. Under center, 2 backs in the backfield. In motion is Aiden Dolan. Pass into the screen. Dolan with the pass over the middle. And that pass completed to Tyler Garrett. And he is brought down inside the 20-yard line for the first down. And Tyler Garrett could be our Mama Leah's player of the game.
Tyler Garrett doing a great job coming from the tight end position. Not typically where you see those trick plays go. Normally it's designed to go to a sneak back to the quarterback or maybe you got a wide receiver that fakes blocking for a second. Garrett just faked the block and then went deep, and he's so tall and long that he had a mismatch against the linebacker or safety on him and just hauls that in for a big gain.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line for Mission Prep. 3:45 on the clock. Clock is running, and so are the Royals. Jack Susink looking for some green in front of him, and he's pushed out near the 10-yard line. Ball spotted just about the 10.
And this is where you start playing clock management if you're the Royals. You either want to hurry up with the expectation that you're going to get the ball back, or you start to drag your feet so that the Brentwood Eagles are forced to move the ball a little quicker themselves. With how much they've been able to move at a pace, I'm not sure you do that. I think that you want to score pretty quickly here if you're Mission Prep for that chance to get the ball back.
Jack Susink running out of bounds. Stops the clock as the squirrel runs towards the flagpole. Under center, rolls out, faces some pressure, escapes. Pass completed to Tyler Garrett. And Tyler Garrett punches it in with the reception. And that touchdown, and every touchdown by Mission Prep this fall is presented by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call at 805-226-5550 or visit them at kdcapmtg.com. kdcapmtg.com for all your mortgage needs.
Yeah, we talked about Taylor Garrett just leaking out earlier on that running back pass. Here we see it again, just finds some space and pulls that ball in. Quick touchdown for the Royals. As we were talking about how long it was going to take, didn't take long at all.
And at 3:30 on the clock, our score is 21-0. Mission Prep leads the Brentwood Eagles here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
And we're back here at the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep in downtown San Luis Obispo. The Royals lead 21-0 here with 3:30 left in the first half as Jack Susink in to kick it off. A 10-yard pass from White to Garrett made it 21-0 over the Brentwood School Eagles of Los Angeles, the city of angels. This kick is short, and they find their man on the near side of the field to run it back, Jack Bugby. And it's going to be Eagles ball just short of the 30-yard line.
Well, the Eagles have had an up-tempo offense. It's had some success. It's just now they're starting to get slogged down a little bit. Every time they turn around, Lord is under pressure. The quarterback, Lord, under pressure. They've got 4 D linemen that are really just coming down and being extremely aggressive. I expect to see a little bit more use of that screen game here to take advantage of that aggression. Outside of that, it's just got the wide receivers got to run crisper routes and really give themselves a chance for success here.
Boone Lord working with 2 receivers to each side, split set. Takes a shotgun snap, quickly rolls out to his left side, and he keeps it himself before he is met by 1 defender and then many defenders and taken to the ground.
And those are the types of hits that you really want to avoid your quarterback taking, especially here. We're only in the second quarter, and he's been on the ground quite a bit through hits like that. So you want to give your guys some room to breathe. I think this was maybe a design run play. It's definitely a design rollout, but that's the type of stuff that you at least got to block all the way through the end of the play, or your quarterback's going to get hit like that.
2nd and 7 for the Eagles, working from the shotgun, still in a split set. And a pitch out to Rottenberg, running out to his right side. And Rottenberg plowed over like a bulldozer hit him. And coming in, that bulldozer, Jacob Butler.
Tell you what, Jacob Butler has come out, and you know what the Butler's carrying? Nothing but big hits. He's bringing a platter of pain each time he gets to the backfield, absolutely laying out his man. This time he came all the way across the formation to lay that hit. He had to go across second base, as you said earlier. So you get there, Butler is stopping at nothing if it does not bring the ball carrier down.
It was Butler at second base in the second quarter. Shotgun snap taken by Lord. Quick pass. This one's a deep pass, and nobody there to catch it as the miscommunication between Dylan Carr and Boone Lord.
Yeah, a lot of these wide receivers get routes given to them by numbers, and you sit there and say, okay, was that a 7 or was it a 6? You get something mixed up. There, you know, could have just been two adjacent numbers. It made him run inside rather than outside. Ball goes to the outside while he's trying to run a post. It's a simple miscommunication. It's the first game of the year. That stuff will happen. Unfortunately, happened on third down. It's going to bring an end to the drive.
4th and 5 for the Eagles. The punt unit out. And the big man back to punt the ball for the Eagles. This one's off. Good punt. Rolls in favor of the Eagles. And assistant coach Eric Terry collects it at the 35-yard line for the officials.
Yeah, you know, you like to see a coach with good hands there, and he did a great job getting in front of that one. But here comes the Royals offense. Minute 52 left. For most teams, the 2-minute drill has become a thing of the past. Running a more traditional offense where you expect the ball on the ground a lot more, still a thing of the current timeline for the Royals. So they're going to have to find a way to move this ball quickly with Colby White at quarterback. I don't think they're going to have issues with it, in particular with the new wide receiver out there, Howard. They're going to have room on the perimeter. They're going to be able to throw those balls out to the outside and really make something happen that way.
1:52 on the clock here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 35. White takes the snap, and we get the flags on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure that everyone was quite set. It's going to be a false start, illegal procedure of some variety against the Royals. Going to move them back 5 yards. Normally really kind of a pain, but with how they're kind of structuring this offense that they need to pick up, they're not looking at picking up just 10. They're looking to pick up at least 70 here.
1st and 15 now for the Royals. 1:51 on the clock. And as we're waiting for the play, I couldn't help but think that where Eric Terry was standing, it's almost like he took a grounder to right field and just grounded it really well. Shotgun, split receivers for Colby White. Pressure coming, Colby White scrambles. Really no need to, but he does go out on his feet. Gains a couple yards, makes it 2nd and 11 for the Royals.
Well, moving the ball just a little bit for the Royals right there was Colby White. Does a good job looking downfield, doesn't see an exact mismatch that he likes, just decides to pick up the easy yards, and that's what you want to see out of your quarterback, not forcing anything, knowing where they are on the field, knowing how much time's on the clock, and just doing the right thing to get as far downfield as they can get.
2nd and a long 10 for the Royals. White going to air this one out deep. Finds his receiver. That pass is completed at the 21-yard line. Nothing but end zone in front of him. Jamar Howard with the touchdown. A 65-yard touchdown strike. But is there laundry on the field?
Yeah, there is. Right by the line of scrimmage. I'll go ahead and give the viewers at home a quick look here. This one's probably coming back. But boy, welcome to the field, Jamar Howard. They're going to say he left early on that play as Howard got downfield. I don't think that extra step helped him at all, as it was a physical battle down the field, and he just left two defenders in his dust as he went to the end zone. You know, him and Jack Susink will be able to split a Gatorade tonight and talk about these plays coming back, because there's been some highlights that are going to get left on the cutting room floor.
Well, some good calls with them. Oh, buggers. Not only do they cut from the players' highlight reels, but they cut from mine as well.
I'd still put it on that. If I look, I never made highlights as a player. If I had that as a highlight, I'd still keep it in there.
Kobe White working from the shotgun split receivers. Howard, shallow receiver on the far side. He pulls in the reception, and he's dragged down by 3 Eagles.
Like, you gotta love that guy's tool set. Howard is so fast, has great hands, is agile, everything you're looking for as a perimeter wide receiver. And he's going to be a mismatch as we get through this schedule. There's going to be some teams that just don't have a guy for him, and he's going to have a lot of chances to make highlights like that happen. Give the Brentwood Eagles some credit. They have been on him really well here in this first half. Can they keep that up for the second half? We'll see.
White with a pass out to his left side, and just beyond the fingertips of Dante Andrini.
Yeah, and Andrini just a little bit short on there. Kobe White's still working on the placement of some of these balls. That was one that probably could have been put a little bit more in the breadbasket. But, you know, with how that drive went, it would have had to be an absolute home run to have the Royals feeling up about that. Right now, it's going to go back to the defense. Are they going to be able to keep the Eagles off the score sheet with 48 seconds left? I argue that they probably could have run it there. Would have been a similar result, still would have been 4th down, but at least they would have forced the Eagles to burn one of their last 2 timeouts.
Here's the punt on 4th and 10. A good punt, and immediately taken to the ground with the hard hit. Delivered by Caleb Casas.
So that's one where the guy had his knee down. Great job finishing by Casas. Didn't hear the whistle go. You got to play to the whistle every time, but really referee should have had that a little bit earlier. Don't want a player receiving a punt and getting thrown like that, but Casas just absolutely alligatored him to the ground. Great tackle.
And that's a 1st and 10 for the Brentwood Eagles at the 34-yard line of their own. Ball spotted. Far hash mark, 40.4 seconds on the clock. Mission Prep leads 21-0 here in this opening game between these 2 squads. Appreciate you joining us. This action presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And that pass on the near side is complete as Lord connects with Cars for the 1st down, moving the chains.
With how vertical this offense is, they don't really need to restructure anything that they do to move this ball with speed. 2 timeouts is more than enough. If they ever get caught in the middle of the field, they'll have those ready. But right now, they just need to play their big play offense. Get down the field with speed, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and make things happen in a quick manner.
Quick pass to Cars, and Cars is pushed out of bounds. Elmerick taking the action out of bounds for the Eagles.
Well, and there we see it right there. Quick hook play, we saw that earlier. They're not changing anything up. They're just going to be careful with the ball. A pick 6 here would be devastating for any momentum going into halftime. You don't want to end up digging yourself a bigger hole just by virtue of coming in, you know, a little too risky.
29 seconds on the clock at the snap as Lord rolls out to his right side, gains some yardage, gets the 1st down, brings the Eagles inside the 40 to the 33-yard line. 22.3 seconds on the clock, Stephen. Do you think they have an opportunity here at this point, being this close to score?
Oh, more than an opportunity. They haven't even lost half their time that they started with, and they're already knocking on the goal line here. They're not quite in the red zone, but with how quick and vertical this offense is, they've got a chance, even if they had half as much time.
Shotgun snap for Lord. Avoid some pressure, find some open room, standing at the 40-yard line. That pass thrown incomplete. Flag on play.
Yeah, late flag at that. I'm not sure what the call is here. sideline was blocking this. I'm not sure.
And Jacob Butler on the defensive side of that ball, putting the pressure on Jason Nee.
Yeah, going to be pass interference against the Royals. So this is going to move them even closer, almost half the distance, even though it's going to be half the distance +1. That's pretty devastating, talking about the timing here, because you're 13 seconds left inside the 20. They've got a full set of downs that they could do this with. There's no need to rush. 2 timeouts, plenty of time for the Eagles.
Step back, throw off to his right side. That pass is completed. Timeout on the field. And Sam Herzog coming in with the reception, 6.8 seconds. A quick timeout. We'll take it with them. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. We hope to see you soon. Go Royals!
.2 seconds left in the first half. On the goal line, or sniffing the goal line, that is, trying to find the end zone before the break, is the Brentwood Eagles. They're currently scoreless here in the action. 21-0 is our score. The Mission Prep Royals lead here at the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Lord takes the snap, escapes the pressure up the middle. He scrambles and he runs out of bounds at the 6-yard line with 2.2 seconds left, Stephen.
Yeah, you got 1 play to get into the end zone. This is a situation that they practice every day. Are they going to be content with the field goal? Looks like they got their kicker out there with the block. Looks like we're just getting a kick. I would have gone for a touchdown. You're down by 21. I'm not sure I agree with the idea of just settling for a field goal.
Nate Brody out on the field for the kick from the right hash mark. And that one is blocked and picked up off the ground. Lorero with it. Excuse me. Connor Lopez with it.
Well, Dante Andrini there finding his way through the underworld to get the block on the field goal. What a great job keeping Brentwood off the scoreboard. Defense pitching a complete 0 through the first half of this game. A lot thanks to Andrini getting that block field goal. My goodness, the effort from the defense there, even though they were tired and making their way to the end, that was an impressive field goal block, an impressive first half by the defense. Offense doing pretty good themselves too, putting up 21 points.
So shutout here in the first half for the Royals. I know
I
said it. At the first half.
Let them know in the chat. We'll be running the chat here at halftime if you're not okay with that. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little bit stitious.
Well, find some wood and knock on it, because I said it. And we are going to take a quick commercial break. You are enjoying California Fresh Market's presentation of Mission Prep football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We will be right back.
Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. See you soon. Go Royals! Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439-1306 or visit us online at mamaleahsslow.com. Stay tuned after the game for our Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game. Slow Brew the Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions, weddings, and other celebratory events. Open Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., it's the perfect pregame hangout spot before the next Mission Prep football game. Find us at 855 Aero Vista Place in SLO. Go Royals!
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSNtv.
Welcome to Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. I am Brian Stanley, and joining me is my partner in crime, my good buddy, Stephen Hodges of Slowpoke Sports. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing fantastic. You say I'm of Slowpoke Sports. You also are on Slowpoke Sports. When the schedules align, they haven't quite this year. But yeah, doing great. Mission up 21-0 if you're just joining us. That's currently our halftime score, and I've really been impressed by the Royals so far, in particular their defense, Brian. The defense has been spectacular. Caused 3 interceptions, got a couple sacks, blocked field goal. I mean, they're doing everything in their power to stall out Brentwood at every turn. It's been incredible to watch.
Yeah, let's just go over a few of the highlights. Let's start out with the scoring. All in the second quarter for the Royals. 11:55 to kick off the quarter. Jack Susink with a short run out to his left side put the Mission Prep Royals up 7-0. And then Colby White came in at 7:50 in the quarter with a 9-yard run of his own to to put the Royals up 14-0, and then White added another score to that at the 3:30 mark with White connecting to Tyler Garrett for a 10-yard passing touchdown. And then you talk about defense. On the defense and special team side of the ball, we have 2 sacks. The first one coming by way of David Larrera, and then we have a combo sack from Ryan Adet and R.J. Esmond. And then we have 3 interceptions, Grant Callahan, Jack Susank, and Caden Elmerick. And then we have that block by Dante Adrini, huge block, which left the goose egg on the board for the Eagles at the end of the half.
Well, you got to feel for the Eagles on that one, because when you're taking that field goal from the 5-yard line, you know that you've got something ready to go for the offense. This is something that you work on all the time is, hey, how do we punch it in when we get to where we can touch the goalpost? You know, we're this close. How do we just finish this drive? It's something that you work on. It's usually your, Wednesday or Thursday practice session is just goal line work, things that we're going to use to just punch it in, make sure we finish these things out. And so you say, all right, well, we don't feel confident in anything we got there, so we're going to go for the kick. We're going to get the guaranteed kick in. And it gets blocked by a individual effort by Andrini, just coming around the corner and getting all of the football. It deflected up, ended up getting a small return there, I believe you said it is by Loera, and it could have been much worse. I mean, we've seen those go for touchdowns before. When you're looking to finish out with something on the board, just go in with a little bit of effort, and you get goose-egged like that. It's a bad feeling. I've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, not a feeling you want to have coming out of the locker room. And we got about 6 minutes until the second half, Stephen. And break down for me what the Mission Prep Royals need to do here in the second half to put the Eagles away to walk out of the season opener with a victory. As we know, these Eagles, looking at their history, have been known to put up some wins on the season. They're not a team to rack up some losses. Young squad, so yes, there's some difficulties and some growing pains. But what can the Royals do to stop the Eagles here in the second half?
Well, as an offense, you got to service your defense, right? Especially you're looking at a team that's got low numbers, a lot of guys going both ways. You got to do your best to make sure that the defense is going to be as rested as possible going into the second half. How do you do that as an offense? Long drives. Really chew up that clock and take your time running the ball. We know Mission Prep's capable of that. It's what the offense is designed to do. If they're able to hold on to that ball for a long time, take their time moving down the field, give their defense a long breather, it's going to make sure that that D-line's energized to come back and pressure the quarterback some more. It's going to force more of those turnovers. It's going to make it hard for Brentwood to get back in the game. Brentwood's offense is this modern, kind of tempo-based offense that really focuses on getting the ball vertical, focuses on getting things going quickly. If you don't give them the ball to do that with, it can frustrate an offense greatly and really grind things to a halt. I mean, those offenses are built to succeed. They don't have a mechanism in it if it doesn't go correctly. It's not like an old-style offense. It's one of the things I really like about what Mission Prep does. Things don't go their way, well, it will set up for something down the road. Brentwood, it's hit or miss. You got to give your defense a chance to force them to miss as much as possible. Let the defense rest.
Yeah, let the defense rest. That is a key to a successful team. You got the offense running, but you got to have that defense time to rest and rejuvenate those batteries so they get back on the field and get that offense the ball.
And I can hear some parents out there, without even looking at chat, without even hearing, I can hear you guys saying, well, a lot of guys go both ways. On offense, you can control how many plays you're running. Defense, you're not going to have the same chance to substitute. On defense, to substitute someone in, you have to wait till the offense substitutes someone in. Offense, you can sub guys through, use as much of the roster as you can, where defense, whoever's out there, might be stuck out there, especially with how Brentwood operates on offense. If they start getting those matchups because you're giving somebody a rest, you're not going to get it fixed.
With 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go until the second half, we're sure to see the teams come out of the locker rooms real soon. And I'm sure Coach is pretty excited with his squad right now.
There's a lot to be excited about. lot to be upset about as well. We've seen some blown assignments. We had a botched snap. We've had interception. There's things that need to be tuned up. This has not been a clean sweep for Mission Prep whatsoever. They're doing well. They're definitely getting the better of most of the plays, but not all of them. And the times that things aren't happening for Mission Prep, it's largely due to self-inflicted wounds, false starts, illegal procedures of various varieties, blocks in the back. We've seen just plays coming back due to their own fault. Those are the things that need to get tuned up. This is by far not a perfect game for Mission Prep, and they got to work. You're up 21-0. I've seen games get lost 28. I mean, it's 28-3 in the Super Bowl not long ago. You can't sit on any lead.
And this has been the Mission Prep halftime report. Our score 21-0 at the break. Mission Prep Royals lead the Brentwood Eagles. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges. We'll be back with second half action in just a little bit. Stay tuned. This second half action is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSNtv. Mission College Prep creates a culture of care and accountability in partnership with families to form women and men of scholarship, inspiration, and leadership in service to deeper life with God and deeper life with one another. Open enrollment begins September 1st. Apply online at missionprep.org by clicking the Apply Now tab. 99% of MCP seniors go directly to college. It's the only high school on the Central Coast to host SAT and ACT tests last year, with SAT, ACT, and AP scores exceeding state and national averages. 19 varsity sports, including esports. Come and experience the Mission College Prep difference by emailing enrollment at missionprep.org for more information.
Welcome back to Mission College Prep Football on Prep Sports Network, presented by California Fresh Market and Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Tonight's game is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo, the official ride of the Royals. Drop by to check out the Hyundai Getaway Sales event at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Check out what's new at Hyundai San Luis Obispo at HyundaiSlow.com. We got just over 2 minutes until the second half begins, Stephen. And we have some decisions coming up tonight. And that includes the Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game. And I want you to give me 3 front runners right now for yourself.
3 front runners. That's great because pizza's meant to share. I'm going to start with, it's going to be someone from the defensive line so far, right? They've been getting after the quarterback so well. David Loera had that solo sack, so I think he'd be the front runner of that. But you also got to look at the people behind them that have gotten the interceptions. The defense has done a great job so far in this game. They've avoided a lot of miscues. They've only had 1 PI against them. No real penalties other than that. I guess they had that second PI as well that ended up not being consequential, but plenty of picks there on the defense. It's got to be either someone from the defensive line or one of those backs.
I definitely agree with you. If you want my opinion.
Do I?
I have 3.
Oh.
I have 3 front runners, David Larrera, Jacob Butler, and then Jack Susek. Those are my 3 front runners.
Yeah.
Just to throw out some names,
Butler's been fantastic. I mean, you talk about how he's been such a physical force as a linebacker. I mean, you throw a dart at the defense right now, and you could hit any number of players that are deserving. That's the beauty of defense. It's a unit-based thing. I do want to say, California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football this fall on PrepSportsNet.com. Since 1966, they've served the Central Coast, and they've got locations in San Luis Obispo and Pismo. Open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. They are local, independent, and fresh. And I got to tell you, open till 10 p.m., serious consideration for people in the stands here because that means they'll still be open after this game is over. We had an early kickoff today, started at 6. So
yeah,
the first team to kick off on the Central Coast.
Hey, let me just say, I want to thank our viewers. Tonight's a big night. We have SmackDown on Fox.
Wow.
We have the premiere of AEW Rampage with the rumored debut of CM Punk. And yet you are all here joining us tonight on Prep Sports Network's presentation of Mission Prep Football. Couldn't be more happier.
It's the opening night of high school sports, Brian. I'm not sure why you'd be anywhere else. But we do thank everyone for being here with us specifically.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought about that today.
Best in the world, Brian.
Best in the world. So we're about to get underway here. Let me do a little office maintenance here and change that H as we run our own system here at Prep Source Network. And now we have a third quarter going on our scoreboard. A revamped system for this year. New graphics. Tons of sponsors. I love all our sponsors this season. California Fresh Market, Mama Leah's Pizzeria, Laguna Grill, Slow Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. The list goes on and on. We just love them. They supported Mission Prep Football. They're giving you this. We're here because of our sponsors, showing you what Mission Prep can do on the field this season.
Well, speaking of Mission Prep, they're lined up here to return. So first time we've seen the kickoff return this year. We'll see what they can do.
Jamar Howard and Tyler Garrett back to receive for the Royals. And the kickoff received by Howard. Howard inside the 5-yard line, out to the 20, turns on the Jets, out to the 30, finally dragged down at the 34-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Royals.
Howard's one of those guys that I was told about as kind of the secret weapon kind of project by Coach Schuster. Every year I come to the early practices and try and see what's going on with the team, and every year he says, hey, you're going to love this guy. With Howard, he explained to me, look, he's a bit like Carlton Brown, a little bit like Asani Berkeley. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but you're going to see, trust me, height of Carlton Brown, he's got the frame, got the hands, speed of Asani Berkeley, got the agility, all of that. This is a guy to keep watching if you're a Mission Prep fan.
2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Handoff up the middle to Jack Susek. Nothing but room in front of him. Green grass at the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown. Mission Prep Royals. 11:41 here in the third quarter. A huge 46-yard pickup. That touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown this fall is presented by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call at 805-266-5550 or visit them online, kdcapmtg.com, for all your mortgage needs. That Mission Prep touchdown makes it 27-0 as the Royals look to add one more from the man who scores it, Jack Susek, with the 46-yard touchdown in for the extra point. And our score now 28-0. The Royals lead as they open the third quarter. with a big run by Jack Susank up the middle.
Tell you what, if Katie Mortgage does sales and mortgages on empty lots, I think that end zone down in the south side out there by Napomo Street going to be a good investment in the future, because while it's empty now, it's being filled more and more by Jack Susank. This is his second touchdown of the night. He's had one called back on top of the couple he's already scored. What a great job by Susank. You could hear the transmission going, hitting those extra gears once he was past the linebackers, past the safeties. No one was going to catch him. That top speed is something you don't typically get from running backs. We've seen it here a couple times from Mission Prep, but that's because guys like Jack Susank keep coming through those doors.
I just see Jack Susank. He has that granny gear to get through the muck. And then he has that top speed of the Lamborghini to get down the field when he needs it.
Yeah, it's something else to see him running next to the safeties at full speed already and just peel past them. I'm looking forward to watching this all year long. Jack Susank is something else.
11:41, Jack Susank now in to kick it off. We're going to be saying his name quite a bit this season. One number I won't forget, Jack Susank. Here's the kickoff to his left side. Reeled in by the Eagles and trying to find some room before he's pulled out of bounds is Jack Bugby. And Jacob Butler helping drag him out of bounds.
Well, Jack Susank, even despite missing a game against Pioneer due to Kairos, was there for part of it, but he came in very late. Still put up 5 touchdowns in the abbreviated spring season. Before that, he didn't really have a spot in the running back core because he was behind Brian Cowell and Dalton Strauss the year before. And both those guys ended up going Division I. So no shame in that. Now as a senior, it seems to be a real strong lead back there.
Handoff going out to the left side for the Eagles. And Jason Nee not able to take that ball anywhere, bringing up a second down here in the third quarter for Brentwood.
Well, and you talk about the difference a little bit of Russ makes. Coming back from halftime, this defense moving quickly once again. They lacked a little bit of that pop towards the end of the second quarter. They got a little bit of it back. But as I said, it's going to be based on their stamina how high this defense can fly.
Working from the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Spread offense. Nee with the reception. Ball comes loose. And Jack Susank with the fumble recovery. He's looking for the end zone with a defensive touchdown. And he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Jack Susank. Mission Prep on the board once again. 34-0. We're looking for Laundry on the field.
No Laundry, just a couple players getting up a little bit slow. Caden Elmerick with the forced fumble. Picked up by Jack Susank for the scoop and score. I mean, the strip 6 is a thing of beauty. One of the hardest ways to score as a defender, and we see it here from Susank. That extra gear we were just talking about, getting him to the end zone. But let's not sleep on Caden Elmerick. Tight coverage, hits his man hard coming up across the zone cover, and just gets the ball popped out. Heads up play by the defense, scoop and score by Jack Susank. It doesn't get any better than that for the Mission Prep defense.
And Jack Susank once again cleaning up his dirty work with an easy extra point. Our score 35-0, and that touchdown is brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, and they present each and every Mission Prep touchdown all season long. Visit them at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles, or give them a call at 805-226-5550. And you can also visit them online, KD Cap MTG, for all your mortgage needs. I have a feeling they're going to get a lot of play this season if Jack Susank keeps playing like that. What a game we have going here by Mission Prep as the score continues to climb.
And we're seeing an adjustment here by Brentwood. They're bringing up one of their returners to that second line, one of the up backs. It's going to open up some space on either side of that back returner. We're going to see if they keep doing the sky kick as a result, or if they're going to try and kick it further back, because Jack Susank's been trying to do these up kicks to prevent any big returns. But Brentwood School getting wise to that game.
Brentwood making the adjustments, as you mentioned. KSBY in the house tonight. You can watch all the highlights of this game at 11 o'clock on KSBY. And that one goes into the end zone and out for a touchback. Coming out to the 20-yard line, and we have some action at the 25-yard line. A little excitement going on. How you doing?
Well, and this is a tough spot for Brentwood because you want to have a little bit of a spark, a little bit of something to say, hey, we're still in this, we can still play. But by the same token, you don't want to take any penalties. You don't want to do anything you're going to regret. So you got to walk that fine line of what's going to get you back into this game without embarrassing yourself as far as taking a personal foul, getting ejected, causing a fight. Brentwood's a great school, great team, great attitude all around. You look at the awards they've won for character at that school. I don't expect anything to happen, but it's tough when you have a bunch of quick change situations like what we've seen, a strip six, a big run. These things wear on you as a football player.
Up the middle of the run, Rottenberg gains a few yards before he hits the ground. That's going to bring up third down for the Eagles.
First time going between the tackles in a while for the Eagles, and that was a great call. The defensive line kind of went to the outside. They fanned out rather than pinching to the center, opened up a spot right next to the guard in the center there, and just a great running lane for Rottenberg opened up. Big gain as a result.
Third and about 5. And handoff. We now got a rugby scrum with Rottenberg in the middle. They're going to call that forward progress. And a loss of yardage brings up about third and long 6.
Yeah, they tried to go back to that well, but there's no water in it. And now you got a situation where you got to pass. So it's going to allow the D-line to kind of run roughshod across that front again. Not what Brentwood wants to see.
Man in motion from left to right. Rolling out is Lord. Under pressure. Dragged to the ground. Lord picking up the sack. Elijah Grenetis, team captain.
Yeah, Elijah Grenetis just did a fantastic job staying with the blocks. There was kind of a fake sweep, but didn't bite, stayed in his responsibility, stayed with the quarterback, and gets the sack as a result. That's what good responsibility gets you. That's where you get the stats, is by sticking by what you need to do. Stay after the quarterbacks. Great sack by Elijah Grenetis.
It is 4th and a mile. Punt team out. Punter at the 1-yard line. Kick is off. This one's a good punt. Rolls in the favor of the Eagles beyond the 50, down at the 47-yard line of Mission Prep. 8:11 on the clock. Mission Prep leads 35-0 here in the third quarter. Season opener between the Royals and the Eagles. And I'd like to thank our presenting sponsors, as this game is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. First and 10 from their own 47, working from a shotgun spread offense for the Royals. Avoids the pressure, rolls out, and nearly is intercepted is Colby White. As Herzog in there trying to get his fingers on the ball.
Yeah, Herzog just playing a nice little cloud zone as the linebacker there. He's there to take anyone that has a crossing route, anyone that has a kind of slant. That's his position. Nothing was coming, does the smart thing, kind of edges out back towards the perimeter and goes and gets his hands on that ball. Almost an interception, but that's something that Colby White's got to keep an eye on, is those lurking zones from those outside linebackers.
Spread offense for the Royals. Avoids the pressure from the defense, trying to scramble back to the line of scrimmage, and forced out of bounds is Colby White.
A little surprised to see this play calling by Coach Schuster. I'm sure that this is something that they're trying out, that they've worked the week, and that they kind of want to see what they can do in a fairly safe situation. But I'd expect them to be kind of grinding it out, making sure they get these first downs. We talked about the importance of being on offense as opposed to defense, where you have control over what personnel you have in the game, you have control over what pace you're going. But right now, this could be a quick 3 and out and right back on defense for the Royals.
Kobe White bringing in the call from the sideline. A meeting of the minds between Eric Terry, David Schuster, and Kobe White. And we have a flag on the field.
Delay a game.
That's going to make it 3rd and 16 for the Royals. Not helping their cause here in the 3rd quarter.
And a little bit too much discussion going on there between the coaches and then Kobe White. They're not going to change the play is the good news, so they're not going to get another delay game, but a rough self-inflicted wound there.
Staying in the spread formation. White rolls out, throws deep. An intended target tangled up. Dante Adrini. 4th and 15 for the Royals, 4th and 16, long distance.
Yeah, and there's a hold on that call that's going to go decline, so it's going to be 4th and 15 and a punt situation for the Royals.
4th and a mile, it's going to be a long distance call if you want to get the first down. So they're going to bring out the punt unit. There's the student section getting excited, trying to get this defense fired back up. And the kick is off and dropped and recovered by Mission Prep.
Royals going to take over right here and, luckily scraped out of that one.
And a whistle on the play. I'm going to say that's too much time again.
We'll see. We got the call coming in here.
We apologize. We were temporarily disconnected, but we are back. So thank you for being with us.
Yeah, going to be an offsides call against Brentwood. This one going in the favor of the Royals, but the penalties have been a real issue for this offense. They've got to do a better job getting the cadence correct, making sure they're lined up correct, making sure that all of those little things that we take for granted when it comes to running a play get done correctly. That's been only intermittent so far this game.
It is 1st and 5 for the Royals. Kobe White rolls out to his right, finds the intended target, Tyler Garrett, as he's upended. Looks like the ball is loose. They're going to call him down by contact on the ground.
Yeah, that's one that if we had those HD cameras, we could see if the ball was moving before it hit the ground. But from where I was sitting, it looked like the ground caused the fumble. If the ball hits the ground while it's in control of a player, that player is down by contact. So high school level, you're not going to get that review. We've got the best cameras on the field. We couldn't see it up here. So that's going to be one that Brentwood, I think, will say is, could have gone their way, but for us, going to be lost to time.
And the Royals now in the red zone facing a 1st and 3. I just want to say 3rd, so I'll just say it. And the play underway into the end zone for the touchdown, Mission Prep.
And Drew Harrigan just out there to the left side on a pitch. Once again, gets a lot of help from the wide receivers, but Drew Harrigan's ultimately the one that just powers his way into the end zone, earned every inch of that, and puts all 6 points up on the board.
And that touchdown brought to you by that touchdown, every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call, 805-266-5550, or visit them at kdcapmtg.com for all your mortgage needs. As that kick goes up and good for Jack Susank. It is now a 42-0 0 game for Mission Prep. They are leading the Brentwood School Eagles. When do you start packing it up?
I mean, we're probably going to see a running clock situation here pretty soon by Brentwood, either by coach's decision or by rule. As far as things go, you keep playing to the whistle, right? I covered Cabrillo for a long time. It's been a while since they've won a game, but every time you get into these situations, you try things out. This is, a situation. You've got a lot of people trying to do their best. This is a chance that you're going to have as game situations go. It's invaluable to get your players as many looks as they can through a game. For Mission Prep, it's going to give them chances to do things like try out that spread offense that we saw kind of sputter there and give themselves more looks against a team that's not used to what they're seeing. You're going up against another team's first string. It's not a situation you can simulate in practice.
And Jack Susank back for the kickoff. The 7th kickoff for Jack Susank tonight. Home crowd fired up. This kick is off. And just inside, out of bounds, shall we say. I don't know how to describe that. Went out of bounds before it found the end zone.
Yeah, just in front of the pylon. Just waved goodbye as it went out a little too early. That's going to give Brentwood better field position. But look at the strength of Jack Susank, able to get out of the end zone twice in a row. This one just missed it. I thought it was good, but referee with a better look down the pylon says it was just out of bounds before it crossed. That's going to give Brentwood the ball at the 35 rather than at the 25. Not ultimately the end of the world, but really good sign that Jack Susank's able to continue kicking the ball like that this late into a game. Like you said, 7th kickoff. He's kicked 6 PATs, punted a few times, and he's doing that all while playing safety and running back. Pretty good sign that he's got some pretty good legs.
1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 35 of their own. Stepping back, avoiding David Larrera. And that pass is complete over the middle to Herzog. And Sam Herzog pulls it in at the midfield stripe.
Well, David Luera chased him in the backfield. Mario Luera got the tackle. That's a tale as old as time. The first game that these twins played together, David Luera pressured the quarterback. Mario Luera got the interception. These two go together like peanut butter and jelly. You love to see it when brothers can mesh and mash like that. And they've had a great combination the entire time they've been in Royals jerseys.
1st and 10 from the 50. Shotgun snap taken by Lord. He throws it out to Rottenberg, and Rottenberg runs it out of bounds just beyond the first down marker.
And sometimes the simple plays are the best, and it doesn't come much more simple than a swing play by a running back. Just a quick little jaunt off to the left side, gets himself to the outside of the defense and wide open for a pass. No one there for the Royals to stop him, and Rottenberg's able to pick up the first down.
And 1st and 10 there, as I was listening to the PA announcer talk about hot dogs and hamburgers. The smell is in the air. The pass almost complete to Herzog. Falling out of his hands, incomplete. That'll be 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, they've loved finding Herzog on these crossing routes just about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He just gets going and turns right. Sometimes it's just called an arrow route where you're just drawing an arrow across the formation. And that's exactly what he's been specializing in. Been very good getting those receptions. Just needs to pick up some yards after catch, and Herzog's going to start being one of those guys to keep an eye out for.
Lord steps back, pass over the middle, intercepted by the big lineman, and taken down. That not ready for this one.
Caleb Alala.
Yes, Caleb.
Big guy interception. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Every D lineman, including the one on this microphone, has dreamed about putting your hands up and pulling in an interception. Oh my goodness, you almost never see it. The big guy interception is a thing of beauty. Oh, Caleb Allalem, you're going to remember that the rest of your life. No one gets to do that, and you just got to live it.
The interceptions keep happening and happening for Lord. That is by count the 4th interception, 6th turnover of the night.
And, you know, he's still a sophomore. The positives outweigh the negatives here. It's easy to get worked up over interceptions. Easy to say, hey, these are a big deal, that this is the worst thing that you can do as a quarterback. But these are coming from places of effort. These are things that can be fixed. You can fix things like this. Lord just not used to having a lineman that big, that free from the line in front of him, threw the ball, just caught Caleb Allalem's hands. Those things are more anomalies than they are rules. Lord is going to have a great season.
Caleb Allalem is one of the team captains this season. Team normally announces 4. They will be announcing all 5 next week, but we'll give you the sneak peeks.
I mean, they walked out for the coin flip today.
4 of the 5 did, as Drew Harrigan makes his way up the middle of the field past the 50, or past the 45 of the Eagles, just shy of the first down, 2 yards short.
Drew Harrigan, you know, we're going to talk a lot about Jack Susink, and deservedly so. 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 from a fumble recovery. But Harrigan's having a pretty good game in his own right. Has got a good number of yards, got a touchdown, and he keeps on finding these little routes that are getting him up the field. That's the thing that is, will you play running back? The big question is, well, can you find the holes? Harrigan's finding the holes up front.
Handoff. And by the way, we have a new quarterback in for the Royals.
Yeah, Aiden Darlene.
Aiden Darlene in at quarterback. Taking the handoff, getting a good look from the coaches.
5 for 9 for 117 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions in the spring season. Here he's going to get a little bit of experience running the offense, something that is very important. We talked about how Colby Wright got injured during the late part of the spring season. That's what brought Aiden Darlene in. And as a result, you want to make sure that you've got someone there ready. QB depth is very important as the season wears on.
High formation for the Royals, facing a 6-man front. And up the middle is Drew Harrigan.
Andrew Abate, who's been working out at fullback pretty much the entire game. He's had a couple looks, had that chance along the goal line earlier this game. Here he's actually given the ball. And these are the types of handoffs that he loves to get. Just real quick, jaunty routes. He likes to use his agility. Andrew Abate is kind of the secret weapon of this backfield. It's a very deep backfield this season. Coach Schuster is very proud of it, talking to him about all the different running backs he has to draw upon. Andrew Abate is going to get lost in that fold just because of how bright Susink and Harrigan have been. But he's a star in his own right.
4:44 on the clock, third quarter. Harrigan with the handoff from Dolan, and he's taken down for a loss of 1. It's going to make it 3rd and 9 for the Royals here in the third quarter. Royals football is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And Laguna Grill is a proud sponsor of Mission Prep football this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger made with their house patties, some awesome appetizers, or more while watching your favorite games on their wall-to-wall TV screens. We hope to see you there at Laguna Grill in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing here from the Royals. This has been a really good drive.
And a turnover.
As I say that, of course.
Going the other way with the turnover, Frank Lewis picking up the fumble recovery and trying to find some green grass in front of him, trying to get some points on the board for the Eagles here in the second half. Eagles with the ball, 1st and 10 on Mission Prep side of the field from the 47-yard line.
Yeah, quarterback running back exchange again. Got to say enough times. This is the first game of a high school football season. It has just been, small mistakes by the offense that's been keeping them back. We're going to see if the defense can hold on here.
Two receivers to each side for Lord. Boone Lord rolling out, getting pressure from Lorera. And that pass incomplete. Intended for Frank Lewis.
Yeah.
David Lorera getting the pressure on him.
David's been getting pressure all night tonight. I wouldn't consider myself on a first-name basis, but having Mario out there as well, you got to differentiate between the twins, and David has been in the backfield all night. The running back is getting tired of blocking him. You can tell by the way when contact is initiated, it's not a full-body thing. He's just kind of trying to bench press off David Lorera, who's too strong to deal with that sort of small pressure. So keep an eye on him as the game goes on.
David Lorera, a front runner for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria, player of the game. Boone Lord's looking for a receiver, finds one in stride, just beyond the tips of the fingers, unable to get it, making the diving attempt on the play. Intended receiver, Frank Lewis.
You know, the Mission Prep defense has not been flawless. It's been very good between the hashes, between the numbers, keeping things out from the center, and that's really what you want to see from a defense. You know, sometimes these guys are going to be contained on you. It'll happen. But if you're keeping things inside the center of the field well contained, you're probably going to win more games than you're going to lose. We saw it there. Great coverage in the middle.
And a whistle on the play. And just to point out for our fans at home, based on the score of the game, the time of the game, both coaches have now agreed upon a running clock in this game. So stoppage on the field, incomplete passes, all of that doesn't necessarily apply to the clock on the board.
Yeah, I believe you have the option to start running the clock at 42 points, maybe even 35. But it was going to be by rule 42-point difference in the fourth quarter, so they just started a bit early, not the most early.
1:03 on the clock running fast. Almost picked off. Coming up with his hands on that, the son of assistant coach Eric Terry. That'd be Luke Terry.
And Luke Terry, one of those guys, we talked about Aiden Darlene coming into the game. Luke Terry coming into the game here late, taking the spot of Jack Susank there at the free safety position. Luke Terry almost came away with a pretty big stat as a result, but it's going to be a punt situation for the Brentwood Eagles here.
Would have been another stat to add to this numerous defensive stats tonight. At this point, I think we just give it to the defense. That Mama Leah's Pizzeria, player of the game. Can we give it to the defense? What do you think, Thomas? No? Okay. We have Thomas's vote at this point. Ooh, ha! Touched by the Royals and then recovered by the Eagles. Jamar Howard out of position for that punt return.
Yeah, and that's going to end up ending the fourth quarter, not how the Royals wanted to do it. Jamar Howard definitely getting a look there as a punt returner. He's got the legs for it, but you got to haul it in and hold on to it. So, unfortunate break there. Speaking of breaks.
You get one chance. And no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to talk about Eminem there. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back with you. This is Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Summer may be coming to a close, but summer deals are still available at Sunset Honda. Voted Best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, Sunset Honda is a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Lease specials on the HRV and CRV that you won't want to miss. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 7 on weekdays, and 11 to 5 on Sundays. No better time to switch to a Honda, and Sunset Honda on Los Osos Valley Road is the spot.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
back under action here in the fourth quarter following a fumble on the kick return by the Royals. The Eagles back with the ball as Boone Lord dragged to the ground and doing the damage there, Jacob Castaneda.
Castaneda just doing a good job getting that speed up behind him and getting a good form tackle. We talked about how that's the new style of form tackle. Head behind the body, roll him to the ground. Exactly what Castaneda set out to do. And you could see, still a strong tackle, still a good tackling technique, even though it's not what was taught growing up.
Boone Lord working from the shotgun. Throw over the middle. That one picked off. Once again, they're saying incomplete pass as he was on his knees when he caught the ball. But putting his hands on the ball for the defense, Dante Andrini. And Mission Prep Football is proudly presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Andrini, I think he had it, but I think the ball touched the ground between his legs as he was bringing that in. Just short. Andrini still going to have that field goal block earlier in the game, how they finished out the second half. So not necessarily a disappointing night for Andrini on the whole.
Lord rolling to the ground at second base. Face in the dirt. What a defensive performance by the Royals tonight.
Isaac Townsend, the sophomore, getting some playing time there and with a very violent tackle. Took him to the dirt on probably the most unpleasant place you can be tackled there on that patch of dirt right around the 30. It's been well worn tonight and not comfortable still after 3 quarters of action.
Clock continues to run. Our score 42-0. Eagles handing the Royals handing the Eagles a goose egg as that pass over the middle is complete by Lord, connecting with Dylan Cars, moving the sticks, creating a first down. 9:45 on the clock.
Yeah, anything you can do to keep the opponent under 21. That's kind of the line that defensive coordinators like to have. If we kept the opposing team under 21, we're happy. It doesn't need to be a goose egg, anything like that. This is pretty good, though. You're not going to complain about having this much of a restriction on the offensive point flow.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Deep pass into the end zone. And we're waiting for the call. They're giving them a touchdown. Lord connects. And the Eagles are on the board.
If you have any questions about whether you should have said shutout before the first half was done, send those at Stanley on Sports. Of course, shutout, not that big of a deal. What is a big deal? Some great defense. Wide receiver just got all the way around, made the catch, brought it in. There's a little discussion by the referees back there as to whether that ball touched the ground on the way to being completed. Looks like it was. Late touchdown call, and unfortunately, looks like he cramped up after making the catch.
Trying to find a number. In all that commotion, going to the ground, didn't see the number. I want to say that it is exactly who I thought it was, Dylan Cars. I'm sorry, Sam Herzog.
I was going to say, either Cars or Herzog, but yeah, Herzog's had a pretty good night tonight. He's brought in a lot of receptions. There we see some of his perimeter work. He's been the guy that's been running those slot routes most of the night. Here he gets a chance to be the big star on the perimeter, go up, make that touchdown catch, and break the ice for the Brentwood School Eagles, who have their first points of the 2021 season.
At 9:08 in the fourth quarter, Lord to Herzog. And that makes it a 35-point game. We'll be right back. You're enjoying Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep Football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. We hope to see you soon. Go Royals!
And we're back under action here. Mission Prep with the football, receiving it for the second time via kickoff. Jamar Howard brings it out past the 30-yard line to the 32. Just inside 9 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Our score 42-7, a 35-point lead for the Mission Prep Royals over the Brentwood Eagles, trying to send them home with a big L on the scorebooks for the season opener, as the Royals want to go home with smiles on their faces into the bye week as they prepare to face Central Valley Christian, the Cavaliers, on September 3rd in 2 weeks. Catch that game live right here on Prep Sports Network. We'll carry every game live this season all the way through the playoffs for Mission Prep Royals football. Dahl in under center. Offsides on the defense. You can't do that.
No, gets blown down, no free play. I've always liked the idea of bringing the free play back to high school, but not the case here. And yeah, you talk about that bye week. Normally the week that's used for the Kairos retreat, my understanding is that's been rescheduled, so it's going to be a normal bye week. A weird thing for Mission Prep. Almost all of their bye weeks, the players are going on some sort of retreat to enriching themselves as leaders and members of the community, as well as members of the Catholic faith.
Dahl on under center, hands off to Drew Harrigan, and Harrigan takes a big hit just beyond the line of scrimmage as Joe Bagley delivers that power.
Yeah, so normal bye week for the Royals, but it's going to be a massive task ahead of them. Central Valley Christian, a perennial contender out of Visalia, California. You're going to be making that trip by yourself because I'm going to be heading down to San Diego due to commitments with Cal Poly. So
I'm trying to
be
find somebody. I'm trying to find somebody.
I'm sure you will. Big guy like you, big friendly guy, you'll find someone.
I'd just like to give a shout out thanks to two people on campus, Athletic Director Kevin Hitchen and Principal Mike Susank, allowing us to come on campus and do this, present their product to the fans, friends, and family of Mission Prep. As Drew Harrigan breaks loose up the middle, and shoestring, that's the word of the night, shoestring tackle. Jake Cabral pulling him in literally by the shoestring. There was not much left, maybe even by the heel tag.
I'm telling you, we start this fun now. Get Drew Harrigan's slippery shoes, man. If it wasn't for those shoes having traction, he would have been in for a couple touchdowns here tonight. Of course, right now, not doing so shabby. Already got one on the board to start off this season right. So not the worst thing, but these guys are catching his shoes like no other. We'll see going forward what we can do to get Harrigan a little bit quicker shoes that are a little more slippery.
Make sure you follow Prep Sports Network on Twitter, the Prep SN. You can also visit us at PrepSportsNetworks.com, the home of St. John Bosco and Mission Prep football all season long. Drew Harrigan slips one tackle and is taken to the ground on the second attempt. And Torrey Hampton for the Eagles in there, bringing up second down.
And just bumping it out to the outside. Give the O-line some credit tonight. As many malfunctions and kind of miss jumps that we've seen on the offense, most of them have been from the quote-unquote skill players. I like to call them the fast players rather than the skill players. But the O-line has been doing a great job generating lanes, getting the ball where it needs to go, so that the running backs just need to follow the guys in front of them. And those guys in front of them have been doing the hard work.
2nd and 5 for the Royals. This is a pitch out to the left side as Caden Elmerick loses a couple yards. We're inside 5 minutes. And I said that, Prep Sports Network's the home of Mission Prep Royals. It's also the home of St. John Bosco. Mission Prep's in good company on Prep Sports Network. St. John Bosco in the first top 25 nation rankings by Max Preps. Lists St. John Bosco number 3 in the nation.
Yeah, I'm sure Mission Prep's working their way up. We're not sure what that exact number is yet, but, they're working their way up. Just want to point out right there, Elmerick been doing great as defensive back, coming in now as the 5th ball carrier for the Mission Prep Royals tonight.
4:11 on the clock at the snap. Hand off to Elmerick. He's weaving his way through the line of scrimmage and the bundle of bodies, and he's short of the first down. And that's going to bring up 4th and 1 for the Royals.
Yeah, you talk about this running back core. Let's look at the people that have run the ball tonight. Jack Susink got a couple touchdowns running it, did a great job. You got Andrew Abate, who's been opening those lanes up at fullback. Colby White at quarterback. You've gotten, of course, Drew Harrigan, and now you got Elmerick coming in, doing a fantastic job.
Elmerick doing the high step and the weevil wobble and finds the end zone. He won't go down. Caden Elmerick into the end zone, 3:23 on the clock.
4th rushing touchdown for the Royals tonight. You talk about 2 for Susink, 1 for Harrigan, 1 for Colby White, now 1 for Drew Harrigan, of course. This is a fantastic, Caden Elmerick coming through and just finishing strong. That's what you want to see from the Royals.
And we're back to a 41-point lead as it's 48-7, awaiting Jack Susink's extra point. He is 7 for 7 tonight. My math is off. 6 for 6, 7 for 7.
Well, it was a little early, but it happened. No jinx. No announcer's jinx that time. 7 for 7 for Susink tonight. Has had some fantastic punts, has a touchback off the kickoff. Jack Susink has been just a fantastic do-it-all player for the Royals. Everything that's been asked of him and more, fumble recovery, interception, doing it on defense, every facet of the game, Susink is there, and he's been doing a great job.
Yes, he has. Also, we have White, in the first half, doing some great work, 9-yard touchdown run on his own, and then he connected to Tyler Garrett for a touchdown pass for 20 yards. Drew Harrigan with that 3-yard touchdown pass you talked about. And then it's pretty much other than that, it's been the Jack Susink, so like you've been saying. Another front runner, Mario Larrera, David Larrera, front runners. I would say Colby White, a front runner for player of the game. Stay tuned. Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game announced in our post game coming up after the final whistle here at the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep in downtown San Luis Obispo. And California Fresh proudly presents Mission College football, Mission College Prep football, that is, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. .323 on the clock, and the clock goes dark and comes back up. And Bugby trying to return this one into playable territory for the Eagles. And he's out to the 35-yard line as the clock is now running again. As we said, we're in running clock. The only time it stops is for touchdowns, so teams can regroup.
Touchdowns, injuries, and timeouts, I believe, are the official rules for when you can stop the clock. Of course, neither team likely to take any timeouts here as we've reached the conclusion of this one.
Both teams with 3 timeouts still on the board here in the second half, as our table is shaking in the stands here. Let me readjust slightly for you. There we go. Here's the snap. Lewis up the middle, and he gets pushed backwards after a short gain.
Talk about the number of sophomores in this game. Gabe Rodriguez getting the tackle there. just grabbed it at the line of scrimmage and didn't let him go anywhere. Great to see the Royals not just getting production from the guys that we knew were going to be around, the guys that shown in spring and did a fantastic job, but also the sophomores and extra players that are coming in to help out and really filling out this team quite well.
Four-man front for the defense of the Royals. A handoff up the middle, trying to find some space. It does not, as Jake Cabral goes to the ground.
Going to bring up a 3rd and medium situation. This is one of those spots that Brentwood's actually done pretty well in. They've been able to execute on 3rd downs at a fairly good clip, and so if you're looking at bright things for Brentwood School, their ability to move the chains on 3rd downs definitely up there. They can take care of that turnover issue that they've been having from multiple positions. That would really do a lot to make this team more successful.
And that's going to be a loss of yardage created by the defense.
And Drew Harrigan blowing through the line there, getting some running back on running back violence, brings his man to the ground, and we know how hard he can run the ball. Don't see him go in and get a tackle all that often, and here we see him come through and get a pretty big one. Big tackle for loss for Drew Harrigan.
At this point, you have less than a minute. They have to snap the ball because they don't have enough time on the play clock in order to get this to end the game. Punt team's not out, so they're going to run the run and play here. Split receivers to each side. Lord steps back. Boone Lord jogs out to his right side before he picks up the pace. He does gain the first down with 31 seconds on the clock. Clock continues to run. Do you run another play at this point, or do you just let the clock run and
you try and get
your wounds later?
You get one more just to kind of finish the game on a high note is what the Brentwood School is looking to do here. They also watch the clock, so if that play didn't get a first down, they just walk up to the 50-yard line and walk off the field. This is purely for them to get some good feelings left, and we hope that they have some good feelings and good they're not going to run a play here, but we hope that they had a good trip. Hope that it's safe travels going back, because Brentwood's a heck of a team. They gave a lot in this game. Unfortunately, you got a winner and a loser, and Mission Prep came through pretty strong in this one.
And our final score here from the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep, 49-7, a 42-point lead, 42-point win for the Royals over the Eagles. And that's 7 touchdowns for the Mission Prep Royals, and each and every touchdown for the Mission Prep Royals this fall is presented by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call, 805-226-5550, or visit them online at KDCapMTG for all your mortgage needs. Coming up, the post-game show. Stay tuned. Steve and I will be back to break down this game, pick our Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game. Our final score from San Luis Obispo, 49-7. The Mission Prep Royals win their season opener over the Brentwood Eagles here in downtown San Luis Obispo. We'll be right back.
Hey Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than 4 walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
And Stephen, there you have it, the victory celebration in the season opener by the Mission Prep Royals. A big 49-7 win over the Brentwood Eagles of Los Angeles. And we've been talking about it all game long, Stephen. The Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game. I just talked to Mama Leah's, and unfortunately, I think I don't know. What time is it, guys? Do I still have time for that pizza? I still got a few minutes, so we better hurry this up. My pizza's sitting over there ready to go. I told them I'd be there in time. You can find Mama Leah's Pizzeria online at mamaleahslow.com, or go ahead and reach out to them, 805-439-1306. They're open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And they got some really good pizza going on over there. And it's time for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game, Stephen. I made my pick, you made your pick, we made our vote. Thomas tallied them up, and what did he tell us?
Long time tallying. Let me tell you what I like on a pizza. Variety of toppings. How about a variety of stats? This gentleman had a fumble return for a touchdown, had an interception, rushing touchdowns, scored PATs, he kicked punts, he had touchbacks on the kickoff. It's amazing how many different things this gentleman is capable of. Of course, we're talking about Jack Susank. I don't think we'd be able to get out of this building if we didn't name him MVP after how many people just surrounded him and started an MVP chat on the 50-yard line. Jack Susank is going to be a guy that we're going to probably have to restrain ourselves from naming every week because he is a phenomenal player. I couldn't tell you how many yards he had, but he had even more taken back. He had a 60-yard touchdown that they took off the board. And the fact that we can look at that and say, yeah, it wasn't even his best highlight, that's saying something. Jack Susank is the player of the game, the Mama Leah's Pizzeria MVP.
I absolutely agree with you. And if anybody deserves a free pizza tonight, I think that man does. He worked hard. He had a touchdown run early in the second quarter, followed by a 66-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, then a 20-yard touchdown recovery on defense on a fumble recovery for a score. And then to top that off, he had an interception as well, all over the field, kicking PATs. He was 7 for 7 tonight. What a way to start his senior season, making an impact for this team on the field. We'll be right back to break down the scoring lineup of tonight's game and talk about the next matchup in 2 weeks against Central Valley Christian. We'll be right back. And once again tonight, Mama Leah's Pizzeria's player of the game, senior Jack Susank, captain of Mission Prep Royals.
At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439-1306 or visit us online at mamaleahslow.com. Stay tuned after the game for our Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
And welcome back to the Mission Prep postgame show. Once again, our Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game, the captain himself, as Coach said, Captain America, Jack Susank, the jack of all trades for this team this season. And let's go over the scoring breakdown of tonight's contest. All the scoring started at 11:55 in the second quarter with the man who won, Jack Susank, won the player of the game. He started it off with a touchdown run in the red zone to put the Mission Prep Royals up 7-0. And then Kobe White added on a 9-yard run at 7:50 in the second quarter to make it 14-0. And then Kobe White connected with Tyler Garrett for a touchdown pass with 3:30 left to go in the second quarter, 21-0. Shutout in the first half. I mentioned that. Steven said I jinxed the team, and well, I guess I did. Because coming up in the third quarter, we start to see some action from the Eagles as the Royals continue to roll. Jack Susank's 66-yard touchdown run to open the third quarter to bring us into the second half. 10:15 in the third quarter, Jack Susank picks up a fumble recovery. I believe that was caused by Caden Elmerick to get into the end zone on a 20-yard recovery run. We are now at 35-0 for the Royals. Drew Harrigan, a 3-yard run midway through the third quarter, 42-0. And here comes the jinx that I put up in the first half. Boone Lord to Sam Herzog for a touchdown pass, 9:08 in the fourth quarter. That would be the Eagles' only score of the game. And then Elmerick, the big lineman, sorry, not Elmerick, the big lineman. I was thinking of the interception all of a sudden. But Elmerick, Caden Elmerick, had a touchdown of his own in the game. He also had a forced fumble and an interception.
Yeah, I mean, Elmerick was also in that running for MVP.
Yeah.
Really fantastic game for the Royals all around. So good, even the moon turned a little royal gold back there. I'm sure that's because of how well they did. Don't tell me about astronomical phenomena, anything like that. Good news for the Royals and bad news. They're not going to be able to write off this momentum. They got a little bit of a break next week. Going to be taking their bye week early, as they always do. And then on the horizon is CVC, where the good news is that Mission's going to have an extra week to prepare against them. CVC is a very tough opponent. They are closer to St. Joe than they are to Mission as far as the spectrum of private schools go. You'd know that if you were here a couple years back. We hosted them. Their running back ended up going to UC Davis. Had quite a year and really was phenomenal in his showing. Bad news is he ended up getting injured shortly after the Royals game. So really we saw the phenomena that was that running back, and they reload quickly. So I'm going to expect another set of D1 type players on that CVC roster. So I won't be at that game. I'll be back for the Borromeo Bowl / Battle of the Bell the week after against St. Francis, but I'm tied up with some prior commitments with Cal Poly. I'll be going down to San Diego for that game. Won't be able to head out to Visalia with you there, Brian.
I will be on the road every road game this season with Mission Prep. You can count me in. I love broadcasting football. This team worked hard to get here. Every team that opened their season tonight worked hard to get here. Steven, we worked hard to get here.
Yeah.
I worked 9 days straight in the hot box called the Fuel Center at Foods Co. in Santa Maria. And you worked, 12?
Yeah, 12 straight, something like that, at a trade show. I drove 14 hours over the last week, getting out to Vegas and back for that trade show. And because it was a trade show and I was there alone, didn't even get to enjoy, any of the parts of Vegas beyond my hotel room and the trade show floor. So, it's been tough, but that's the beauty of football. It brings us back together, and I feel more rejuvenated than a week at a spa could give me.
Oh, I'll tell you, those 9 days didn't seem like 9 days because I knew at the end of 9 days came day 10. And day 10 is just a perfect 10.
There we go.
So, and it ended well. Our final score here from the stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. The Mission Prep Royals, 49. The Brentwood School Eagles, 7. That's our final score. For Thomas Bowden, for Chris Sylvester, Stephen Hodges, I am Brian Stanley.